What's good, fight fans? We are back in the house for another UFC fight night, and this one is going to be an absolute barn burner, guarantee it. So buckle up, sit back in your chair, get your cold brew, your hot brew, wherever you need in the world, and let's enjoy these fights together. Don't watch alone, watch along, as they say. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. It's a UFC fan channel where fan opinions matter most.
Couldn't have said it better myself. We are here at 2 a.m. UK time. Don't know what time it is for you guys around the world, but if you're tuning in the next day, don't forget to link up and resync the action. This is all about watching along and not watching alone. But otherwise, JK, what a fight we've had so far. I mean, we had a week off, right? A whole week of no fights. And how have you ranked this card coming back after a week off?
Oh, man, this is probably one of the best cards to come back to for a fight night of the year. And you know, when you've got a main event of
fights on the main card,
Machado Garry and Carlos Prates, two kind of young contenders, should we say, battling it out in the main event. I'm so glad that it's not at the Apex. It's going to have a full crowd behind it.
Yeah.
Super stoked for that fight. Prates has climbed the ranks in such a short period of time. Now he's got a huge test in front of him. A young lion who has had quite a bit of experience under his belt now. You know, previously lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov, who's been an absolute phenom. So Machado Garry is going to want to bounce back from that fight and continue his climb towards gold and cement himself as a top contender. Whereas Prates, who's been on an absolute finishing streak, has a chance to showcase himself a little bit more in this fight, I could imagine. I don't think the stakes are going to be high on him finishing Machado Garry, so we might learn quite a lot from him in this main event.
The guy's got some stock at the moment. I mean, last year he had 5 fights and all of them knockouts and all of them wins, right? So he was the most active fighter of 2024. And he's coming into 2025. This is his first fight of 2025, I believe, isn't it? So the guy's doing well. He's doing it, I mean, to say the very least. But also, he's got some stock on him. So I think how he delivers tonight is going to determine as to whether that kind of stays as it is or goes a bit higher. But there's so much to be had here. I think it is a pretty exciting one. Should I get the fight card up?
Yeah, I mean, we're watching the sort of the final few seconds of the prelim headliner between Matt Schnell and Jimmy Flick, and you got Matt Schnell's taking Flick's back here. He's got a body triangle. He's looking to cinch up the rear naked choke. He was almost close a second ago, it looked like. But welcome on in, George. I had Matt Schnell via decision.
Yeah, same.
Picks have been all right so far tonight. Good evening, George. Hope you were doing well.
Hey, what's up, George?
Caught your little bet earlier that you had on 14-fold. Who let you down the most in that? Yeah, I think I've got a couple of methods right, but the round wrong. So I've only taken 2 points. But yeah, like I said, only one fight wrong, I believe, so far.
Yeah, same for me too. But yeah, much the same. I'm not really getting the rounds right.
No, what's good in the house? Captain Raf, hey, what's up, fellas? The UFC back.
It
is back.
Bro.
How you doing, Raf? And
it's more important though, bruv, is you're back.
Exactly. Good to see you back in the house, and intrigued to find out what some of your picks are, and of course how you've been enjoying the NFL draft these past few days. I see some content from Captain Raf there, some reactions to the draft. So yeah, how you doing, bro? Good to see you back in the house.
Love that. In tune. I've got the fights up now as well. Just gonna write that in charge too.
Mat the like button. And welcome on in if you're joining us via TikTok as well. I don't have a TikTok feed at the moment, but welcome on in if you are joining us via TikTok.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, did you say you're putting on the fight card?
Yeah. I've got a fight card up here now, so but I would send the TikTok feed to WhatsApp for you.
Okay, so yeah. Kicking things off then in the main card when we're about to switch over to it. Ikram and Aliskerov looking to bounce back from that loss against Robert Whittaker, and what a jump that was. But this time he's going to be facing André Muniz, who's lost only twice in the UFC so far. He's looking to continue his winning streak since beating the Iron Turtle, Jong-Yong Park, in his last bout. Then we'll be witnessing Randy Brown and Nicolas Dolby in the welterweight division, two absolute studs who are just floating around outside of the rankings, I would say. So that's going to be an all-out action-packed war, no doubt. Probably going to go the duration would be my my prediction for that fight. And then after that, we'll be moving on to the middleweight division as Michel Pereira looks to bounce back from his loss against Anthony. He takes on Magomedov, who's on a bit of a win streak at the moment. Then we'll be going to it's actually going to be a catchweight. I don't know who is it, David Onama, who perhaps missed weight on that fight. Giga Chikadze taking on David Onama. Chikadze, we've not seen him since about July time when he lost to Arnold Allen. David Onama looks to continue his rise through the division. Can't remember who he fought now last, off the top of my head. And then co-main event, Anthony Smith, his retirement fight against Zhang Mingyang, who has had only just a handful of fights in the UFC so far, but he's going to be taking on a veteran in Anthony Smith. He's been on a war path. That's Zhang, that is, knocking people out in the first round. Can he continue that run tonight by taking out a veteran in Anthony Smith and cementing himself in the UFC's light heavyweight rankings? And then the welterweight division, the one fight we're all here for, in Machado Garry against Carlos Prates. Representing the fighting nerds is Prates, looking to continue his finishing streak, but can he finish a young, hungry lion who's been working on his grappling as of late, who's very good with his distance management in Machado Garry? Lots to play for. Big fight card. Don't think you could chalk it up better than that. But yeah, make sure you buckle up, stay tuned. Lots coming your way. As I said, we are live on TikTok as well. I've not seen it. It's not actually come up on my feed. I feel like live on TikTok's pretty silly though, because it doesn't actually come up on your feed.
Oh, is it not? But it's there. If you click the link in the group, it shows on it.
Oh.
Should do. Just gotta log in.
Yeah, no, it only like it doesn't show up on your profile, which I think is really annoying.
Oh right. Oh, on it should do. If you go to Against the Fence, it should show.
No,
that's
unless it's like a hidden section.
Oh, it says it's running completely fine. Oh yeah, it says live. If I click there and then maybe if you got to kind of search it. Maybe if you're not you, but you're anybody else, and you're searching it, you can see it.
It doesn't.
So I'll log in as my account and I'm looking at Against the Fence. I can see it.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. Totally fine.
Oh, right, yeah, at the top there. Nice. Okay. Look at that. Fight card.
I'm going to come back to the main. Yep.
So
yeah, I'll see it. It's relatively live as well.
Oh,
yeah. Instant. Beautiful.
Me.
Beautiful. Look, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you guys are there in TikTok, do drop an emoji, say hey. It's good to see y'all. Thanks for joining. I see you, Jack. I see you, Jordan. I see you, AZ. Drop an emoji, say hi. Where are we now? We're running a bit late, but that ain't too bad.
I can't seem to click on the mini dots on there. Get rid of that chat. We need our moderators in house.
Oh, what is it?
I can on this window. It's fine.
Take control, JK. Take control. Oh, look, Anthony Smith walking out with his daughter in hand.
There we go.
Looking like an absolute sergeant. When is Daddy Time going to come for this man?
Oh, it's his last fight tonight. So he says. But look, a lot of fighters these days have been toying with retirement. They get out of their UFC contracts and then they continue fighting at the age that they are, whatever it is. 40.
I still remember the time when he was in his corner and he hands the man his teeth. Oh my days. Guy's got some kind of lion heart on him. Although his corner should not let him go back out there.
No. Yeah. I mean, to be fair though, like he could pick up fights elsewhere and probably get a good bit of money from it. But I'm hoping he runs the desk still at the UFC. In which case, I can't imagine the UFC would let him fight elsewhere and have a broadcast job at the same time. So, yeah, I hope he sticks with the broadcast stuff because it's clearly been something that he's been doing for quite some time now. So
it's been quite natural.
It makes sense. Yeah. Otherwise,
I agree.
Right, okay, we're going to kickstart off
this
first night. Yeah, let's get the fights up. Let's go card up.
There.
Getting ready.
You'll be there.
I didn't put the last prelim result in, but hey ho. We roll.
Yeah, I mean, no man expects you to be able to have done that as well as the other 50.
It was a late finish. It was a late finish.
It was,
to be honest. They were behind.
Entirely their fault.
Yeah. All right, cool. Kicking things off then will be André Muniz, who's got a professional record of 24 wins and 6 losses with 4 knockouts and 15 submissions. He's got 15 first round finishes. He's currently 6-2 in the UFC. He made his debut in the UFC in 2019. He was on Dana White Contender Series in 2018 and 2019. He's a southpaw fighter, 3rd degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's an absolute wizard on the ground. Difficult top pressure with very smooth transitions. He creates deceptions when advancing his positions on the ground. He attacks the arm bar from the back position, which is something we don't usually see a lot of in MMA.
No, you don't.
Previous opponents seem to avoid that transition, but could it come back tonight is a big question. His striking has come a long way. It's well balanced and it's quite explosive at times. We've seen constant movements from this jiu-jitsu artist. His takedowns come from shooting for the single leg and then sweeping the other leg with his foot. So it's kind of a preferred takedown that he goes to. But if he wants to get the fight to the ground against Ikram Aliskerov, in my opinion, he might have to switch up his approach. But yes, Ikram Aliskerov, on the other hand, tell us.
Yeah, now he's got a pro record of 15 wins and 2 losses, 6 knockouts and 5 subs, 7 first-round finishes actually as well. But his stats in UFC are 2 wins and 1 loss. His debut was back in 2023, and he was on a Dana White Contender Series in 2022. But this guy's never been submitted, and that's quite a stat. That's quite something to mention when you're coming in there against someone like Muniz. Now he's an orthodox fighter. Dagestani, so he's from the area, believe it or not, and he's quite decorated, 4 times world combat sambo champion, and Islam and Khabib have actually been huge influences on his fighting style too. So he's very fluid on the ground, making sure that he's always remaining on top, and he's threatening those submissions, keeping you working, keeping you thinking. Now, despite his grappling pedigree, his stand-up and power is enough for him to not to have to use it. He does make it look effortless when passing side control and cinching up those Kimuras of his. He's got like 3 wins by Kimura, but otherwise he's got this excellent body lock technique when taking people down and finding the back, which makes him incredibly dangerous. So look, there you have it. The biggest question is, does this fight go to the ground or does it stay standing, and who does it favor if not?
Yeah, it's a very difficult one, really. Very difficult. Yeah, I think this could very well be an all-out striking war, but on the feet, to be honest, that's my prediction.
Stand-up affair, yeah.
Yeah. Welcome on in, Dan Ellsworth.
What's good,
Booty
Dan?
Rash, what's good, brother? Hit that like button. Welcome on in. We're a UFC fan channel where fan opinions matter most, and we're looking forward to your opinions on this upcoming main card opener between Ikram Aliskerov and André Muniz. But some expectations for André Muniz.
Let me know what you got.
He was successful with his takedowns against Jung Park. He didn't get the finish, though, but he showed some dominant striking and grappling on the ground. No fighter has tested Aliskerov's takedown defense so far in the UFC. So I want Muniz to be the first one to do so, I think, tonight. He must force him into those grappling exchanges. Securing the back mount is always Muniz's objective. Park's defense was pretty decent in that area, but if Muniz can drain Aliskerov's cardio, stay ahead of him in the transitions, then the finish could open up for him. There's a lot of question marks on Aliskerov because he's, since joining the UFC, been quite a prolific finisher. But past that first round, that's where, there's a lot of question marks. And maybe someone like Jung Park, Muniz's previous opponent, might have better cardio than Aliskerov. So those questions are going to be answered, I believe, tonight. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh, both fighters are in the octagon, but what can you expect from Ikram Aliskerov?
All right. So for Ikram, I think he took a huge leap of faith and it didn't pay off really. So this fight is a perfect opportunity to showcase his striking and work on his entries against a longer fighter. I do think he can actually successfully control Muniz in the grappling, but why risk it against a jiu-jitsu phenom like Muniz? So keep it standing and use your strength and your abilities there, because we know that is also just as good. He does need to let Muniz feel the power quite early, I think. So that's going to get him to back up towards the cage and then kind of put on the combinations together from there. Once he has respect, his hand speed should outmatch Muniz in this fight.
Yeah,
so,
agreed.
As you were just saying earlier, could just cancel each other out on the ground and keep it an all-standing war.
Aliskerov's going to need to find his way on the inside, which he struggled with against Robert Whittaker. But Robert Whittaker is a different style of fighter. He's very much point-orientated. Muniz has got kind of a bit of a basic kickboxing background. My pick tonight, I've gone with the favourite in Ikram Aliskerov, TKO round 1. I'm yet to get a finish, 3 points in the Fight League. If you don't know what I'm talking about the Fight League. The details are in the description. We play a MMA fantasy app. We have a poll going at the moment where we battle it out every single week, and it's another reason to join.
It's all about getting your picks in and getting them correct. I haven't got a 3 striker yet either. I need to have a quick look and see what is going on with that.
Matt Schnell got the decision win in that last fight. Another 2 points in the bag. Come on, Aliskerov, get us 3 points tonight, baby.
Same. Yeah. 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 1 point, 1 point, no points. Yeah, I only got one wrong. Did you get the first one wrong?
No, the one that I got wrong, I got that one right. I didn't put knockout. In we go. There's round timer.
Timer's on.
Score the rounds with us as well, guys. We will be doing that in between fights. Dan says, did he party tonight? Yeah, you got the goods. Or, I think
the latest trend, or
is,
did he say did he party?
Did he party? But I think the latest trend is a Kanye party tonight, isn't it? Grab your cousin.
Well, look, if there's no baby oil there, I'm not turning up. Okay, it's just an essential for me. Essential oils.
The one that I got wrong was the Timothy Coamba versus Roberto Romero fight. I went with Romero on that one.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, we've got heavy body shot there from Aliskerov.
Yeah, Muniz is on the outside, back against the cage, just kind of skirting around the outside, but looking to lunge in there with his left. Got an orthodox towards southpaw stance. So you're going to see Aliskerov trying to land that head kick and throw it from...
As we said in the expectations, he's going to be looking to back Muniz up towards that cage so he can uncork his combinations. And so far, it's looking good at the moment. He's giving Muniz a lot of looks. Welcome on in to the house, Tuto. Thank you for the super chat. Who says love and respect to ATF
guy
crew. Cy JK, greetings from me and my fam from Princeton, Jersey, and all my mates back in Italy watching ATF live stream. Much love, brother. And welcome on in Carl Marshall. He says, do you guys gamble? I don't actually. Ash is usually the gambler out of the squad, but he's not here tonight. George Mary's been in the house. He's got a bit of or had a cheeky bet on that fell through. But let me know what bets have you got going on. Interested to know what you picked so far tonight, especially for this fight here. Sync up the experience. We've got the round time going here. Whereabouts are you at the moment in terms of timer?
I think we saw around the same time, to be fair. I am 2:47, 2:46, cool. 2:45, 2:44.
Bang on.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, just as you said, time was in. I was on it.
Nice.
I actually forgot we have to do a whole sync thing as well, but naturally we just fell right into time. That's great.
Right. Yeah, Muniz.
Muniz's most lethal weapon is that left straight of his, which he just keeps slinging out, but hasn't really been too effective.
Yeah, and he's targeting the body as well, being in the southpaw position, but he's having a hard time getting Aliskerov off of him, really.
Yeah, he's got literally no real estate to move.
Yeah, some psychic there from Aliskerov.
Yeah, Aliskerov's done a great job of just taking it all away from him and keeping him up against the cage. Oh, beautiful execution now. Here we go.
Muniz has got the body lock. This is where it's going to get interesting, really, is who's going to win these battles against the cage, in the clinch. Can someone initiate a takedown or not? Aliskerov's a strong dude. So I think, if anything, Muniz is going to want to off-balance him to get him to the ground, and they've separated. Marshall says, left this fight out odds, wasn't worth it. Got Ian Garry sub/points, decent. Randy Brown points and Giga points. 10 quid, 130. Do you know what? That's a good, really solid bet, to be honest. That Brown versus, to be fair, the main event is 50-50, go either way. Brown, I think, is the favourite against Dolby, which will be interesting. And Giga to get the nod against David Onama. I like that, man. I like that. Fingers crossed for you, bro. Fingers crossed for you.
They're all in the favourites, so aren't they? They went all on favourites, and
I think so. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's going to be huge returns, but
I don't know if
I do think with Randy Brown out of all of them is probably going to have the biggest challenge against Dolby. Although I did like him for it too.
Even Machado Garry against Prates might be even. I don't know. Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's
what did
certainly close.
Say? Teep kick from Aliskerov. Muniz fires back with one. Muniz needs to use it a bit more, get away from that cage.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Good jab, sits him down.
Oh,
here we go, baby. 20 seconds to go. Tee it off. Go on, 3 points. Come on, Aliskerov.
You just first rounded.
Keep going. I did. Big look from Herzog.
Let's go. 10 seconds left. Is he going to survive it?
That's it. Oh. That is a wrap. Ikram Aliskerov finishes André Muniz via TKO. Bit of a weird stoppage, I felt. I mean, no, the stoppage was warranted, I think.
Yeah,
bit of a weird knockdown, in my opinion.
It
was a jab that knocked down Muniz, and Aliskerov bounces back now with another win. Looking forward to see who the UFC pair him up with next. Could he get a ranked opponent is what I'm wondering about him now after seeing that win there.
Yeah, great performance. Just having a look how I picked it.
Okay.
Yeah. I still get 2 points. I did knock out, but second round.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Carl says Giga a decent dog. Really? I mean, that's quite surprising. I guess in a way, we'll break it down in a bit. David Onama is a bit of a volume striker, so I like that option. But Giga, if he's able to stay technical, use a lot of lateral movement, catch Onama coming in, then I like that. I like that for a pick.
Yeah, I also went with Giga too, to be fair, and I do think I think people might have forgot a bit about how dangerous this guy's kicks are. So I like him to really just shut down David Onama from the bottom up.
Welcome to the house, SK Zhang. Hit the subscribe button, brother. Hit that like on the video. It's a UFC fan channel where fan opinions matter most. This is who's winning. Well, Ikram Aliskerov just took the TKO victory against André Muniz in the first round.
This guy.
And we're off to a flying start. so far in this card. Couple of finishes already. So
yeah, how do you guys pick
up.
it at home? I got knocked out, called that one, but just not in the first round. Got a number 2, so just 2 points for me. Hopefully, I'm still up there. Have you seen the leaderboard yet?
I haven't for a little while. I know it's I think people have been running away with it. People have got the rounds right.
Oh man. Because I consider this to be like a half decent event for me.
I've moved up into joint third at the moment, along with Harris. I just got to beat Harris. That's the problem. That's a struggle. Welcome on in, Ben from the app.
Goal that.
Talking to the app, Ben Classon is joined us via Canada. Welcome on in, brother. What's good? Ooh.
Yes.
Good, man.
How did you pick that one, Ben?
The UFC's back in our screens. Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm intrigued to see what Ben picked. Well, morning, Psycho Paul in the house.
Yes,
good to see
Psycho Paul.
Back in here.
From one Psycho to another.
Good, mate. Terrific after a week off. You know, I think week off was needed. Bit of a reset button. Enjoy ourselves a little bit. But we're back on the grind. Watching UFC events at stupid o'clock in the morning. But we're feeling revitalised. We're all good. How you doing?
How was Brandon Stack do last weekend?
It was wicked, actually, yeah. No,
you found him in the end?
Yeah, I did find him. Yeah, what a game. Pub hide and seek was a cracking game, man.
I'm sitting there thinking,
I rate it.
How was that effective? How was that any good?
It's kind of good because basically, if you're the stag and you're hiding in one of the pubs that you've selected in the radius, you get to spend the kitty money on drinks until you're found. It was a good laugh. My team found the stag. We had some good tactics, I believe. We were ringing around pubs, trying to ask them if they've seen the stag, because the stag stands out wherever they go, right?
Always does, yeah. I mean, if you planned it right.
The one pub that I got through to initially said that they hadn't seen him, but when I actually got to the pub, they said, "Oh, someone rang and asked if he was there." And then after they put the phone down, they then spotted the stag, but didn't ring me back. So I could have found them a lot earlier, but oh well.
Imagine.
No, that would have been quality.
But also, I thought, I mean, if that was me and I'm on the stag do, I'll probably do the same thing. If I'm late, I'm running late, I'll be like, yeah, I'm in a pub somewhere, come find me.
Oh god, that'd be a nightmare.
I'll be about 2 hours late. I'll finally get there in the end.
It'll be a long game.
I'll be like, boy, it's been here the whole entire time.
But yeah, you got to do it with a certain radius. Within a certain radius, I think we had like about 9 or 10 pubs on a list. So yeah, it's a whole day's effort.
Then you get into a pub, you have to have a swig before you move on.
Yeah.
How big were teams?
Half pints.
Car rides were they? Like
they were like teams of 4.
4, okay.
Yeah, pretty decent actually. There's like 4 teams of 4 or something.
Oh, decent. That was pretty cool, mate. Well, yeah. When's his wedding then?
Next month, like late next month. Oh, it's on in the middle of the week though. It's a bit awkward. I didn't even put that off. It's on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it shan't be missing.
I remember after COVID, there was like this whole backlog of weddings, which basically just meant that you had to accept someone's wedding on whatever day it fell on. Monday, Tuesday, because COVID meant there was no weddings at a time.
Oh yeah.
So they had to like fit in X amount of weddings in the week time as well. So, but now I don't know. I think it's just becoming a norm. Some people are still doing the Wednesdays, Tuesdays, like it's not even a backlog situation. But yeah, things from COVID stuck. UFC X 2-day fan experience. Look at that.
Oh yes, end of June. Actually, is that
going to be International Fight Week?
They've still not. It is an International Fight Week. They've still not announced what that fight's going to be, and there's been a lot circulating. Right? It
Which
was
suspect
rumors that it was going to be Dricus du Plessis against Hamza Chimaev, and then apparently Dricus was injured, but now we're hearing that Dricus isn't injured. Unless he was injured, but they decided to move the fight back a bit. Then there's rumours that it's going to be Makhachev versus Topuria. But then listening to Topuria on Joe Rogan's podcast, he was... they didn't exactly confirm anything, but it sounded like Topuria wants to fight Makhachev, but then the UFC are looking at options for Makhachev to move up and fight the winner of Bilal Muhammad against Jack Della Maddalena. So I guess if that's the case, then they probably looked at doing Aliskerov versus Charles Oliveira for the vacant lightweight belt. So yeah, I think there's just a lot to play around with.
There's so much shuffling going on.
There's a lot of shuffling.
Someone sit still, please.
I know, but now I'm thinking that if Dricus isn't able to do that event, International Fight Week, then have they booked Makhachev versus Topuria anyway? Because it sounds like Topuria has now started fight camp. So there's a lot that's actually gone on in the week.
So much. A week off, but everything's on. How about?
Yeah, and I think it's a good fight.
I mean, because either of them, I'll take any of them for International Fight Week. You know.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it's a good fight for International Fight Week. But also, part of me was hoping that the UFC were going to save that fight for when they return to Abu Dhabi. Because they always put Makhachev on for Abu Dhabi card. So I don't know. And you know, you got the whole Aspinall versus John Jones situation, which I think has gone a little bit quiet. I thought originally that fight was going to be International Fight Week because that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but also Bilal Muhammad can fight in Dubai too.
He can, I guess. Yeah. So maybe the UFC's thinking,
it's there.
Yeah, maybe the UFC's thinking was to save that fight. Obviously, assuming that Bilal Muhammad's going to get past Jack Della Maddalena, obviously he's going to be probably a huge favourite, and then target that fight for Abu Dhabi, and then do Topuria versus Oliveira for the vacant lightweight belt. That's maybe what they've been exercising. You know? Yeah,
but even if I mean, look, if he does lose, then it's JDM versus Islam Makhachev, and that's Dubai still, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. True. True.
That can also work. It can work out either way, but. Yeah, man, I
yet to find out. But
International Fight Week, it's a tough question to say. What would you rather between Bilal Makhachev and Topuria or Duplessis and Khamzat Chimaev?
I think hype wise, I think Makhachev versus Topuria is going to be huge, right? I think that's going to be a bigger fight to make. Stylistically, though, I actually prefer Topuria versus Oliveira and Makhachev versus Bilal Muhammad. But also what they were talking about on Rogan was that apparently Khabib isn't keen on the Muhammad versus Makhachev fight.
No, I wouldn't be either. I mean, Khabib's been in the corner of both these men.
Yeah, I know.
You know, if I was Khabib, I wouldn't be either. Yeah, I kind of like. I wouldn't mind seeing Duplessis Khamzat Chimaev just because I've not seen Khamzat in a minute. That's mainly the reason for me, you know.
Yeah,
it's been a minute.
I think it's about time, isn't it? We just get that one over and done with. Yeah, I'm all for that. Welcome on in, Leo Cooper, who says, "How we doing, fellas? Honestly,
it's good, Leo.
I'm not built for these late nights anymore, mate. What are you talking about? You are like so much younger than we are, and we're still grinding it out. You can do it, bro."
I thought that was you saying that, JK. I didn't realize he was actually reading his comment.
No, I was reading his comment out. Yeah. Welcome on in, Leo. Good to see you in the house.
Stick around for a little bit more. Just a little bit more. We've got some exciting fights coming up. What was your? We need to get into the front of the fight card, JK. Your potential fight tonight.
Main event for me all day.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite an easy one, but I'm outside of the main event. Would it be?
I'm looking forward to. I think this next one, to be fair, Randy Brown, Nicolas Dolby, is a toss up though. I think between this one and Michel Pereira and Abbas.
Yeah, I was thinking Pereira might be quite exciting to see.
Yeah.
He's kind of shown a few different levels lately. I'm not too keen on a co-main, to be honest with you, but other ones.
But yeah, welcome on in, folks. And if you're joining us, get your opinions in the chats for these upcoming fights. And also want to know which main event option you want to see during International Fight in the Week, UFC 317.
What would you rather?
Yeah, do you think it's going to be Makhachev versus Topuria? Do you think it's going to be Makhachev? No, sorry. Do you think it's going to be Oliveira versus Topuria? What do you see happening in there? Leo says Dolby Brown is my personal favourite banger.
Khamzat.
Oh yeah, Duplessis Khamzat, of course.
Is that gonna be back on track?
Should that be the option? All right, breaking
So what
this
was
one
that?
down.
I missed the was a comment?
Leo said Dolby Brown is my favorite banger on the
Oh,
card.
nice. Okay, that's what he's here for.
Yeah.
But let's get into it, shall we?
Let's hit it.
Boosh.
Oh, man. Nicolas Dolby then kicking things off. A professional record of 23 wins and 5 losses with 7 knockouts and 4 submissions. Got 3 first-round finishes. His UFC record is 7 wins and 4 losses. He made his UFC debut back in 2015. I think, Sash got that one right. I think he has. Yeah, because I think Dolby had 2 stints in the UFC, if I remember rightly. His fighting style is a switch stance fighter, brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He starts out in a wide stance, bouncing on the balls of his feet, and looks to leap in and out of range. His wide stance enables him to rip punishing body kicks from deep. Guard is up high with lead hand hanging out in front of him. Mixes things up with an array of different kicks, especially that axe kick to the thighs that he uses, and most comfortable when he starts with his kicks and then ends up with his hands. He's a bit of a cardio bunny as well. He's got a bit of a weird breathing technique to his game, but look, it gets him through these 3-round wars.
Yeah, if it works, right?
Yeah, and it could be the edge for him against Randy Brown tonight. Maybe.
Look. Randy Brown's got a record of 19 wins and 6 losses. He's got 7 KOs and 5 submissions, 4 first-round finishes, and in the UFC, there's got 13 wins and 6 of those losses that was all in the UFC. Now, his debut was back in 2016, so just a year after Dolby returned. But his fighting style is orthodox. He is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he has these ridiculously long legs, which means he's capable of kicking at distance and throwing punches at distance too. If you look at the wingspan he's got on him also. Now it's the same for, as I said, it's like the same for his arms. He's really good at wrapping up chokes as well because of his physical attributes, but he uses his body type and his fighting style to his advantage really well because he's quite adaptable to most striking based opponents. Now mostly he stays on the outside. He utilizes the reach advantage that he's got, and he probably is the tallest guy in most matchups that he comes up against. But his jab is one of his most dangerous stand-up weapons. It covers so much distance and at such speed. Now, being a taller fighter, he makes very awkward decisions when he's in the clinch. I think those exchanges could probably be a little bit better. But ultimately, for his opponent, they suffer quite greatly in him.
Yeah, no, that's true. And as for what we're expecting for Nicolas Dolby tonight, I think he needs to, like I said, rely on that cardio to in this fight and just kind of fight fire with fire, I guess. I think he needs to get on the inside and make this an ugly fight for Brown. If he's able to achieve this, he's got to execute takedowns and make Brown work out of positions. Then I can see Dolby using his toughness to kind of grind out the win. Brian Battle was able to showcase his clinch work against Brown and was able to edge out a decision. Dolby's takedowns usually come from this position, but he'll need to be careful. Brown can shift momentum onto his side and reverse position. We saw glimpses of it against Battle, and I feel like Brown could use his height to his advantage in these scenarios. Dolby will need to rely on its strength and technique if he wants to execute these takedowns, in my opinion. So,
yeah. For Brown, much as what we expected, he's going to use that range, keep his jab really long, and just kind of deep kick to set up his bigger strikes as well. Youth combined with his athleticism and precision could probably allow him to have a huge momentum in this fight. Then when Dolby looks to I think with Dolby, someone who has a lot of cardio ability, right? He looks like he's putting in a lot of effort. I do think the momentum from Randy Brown could probably just stifle him a little bit as well, at least earn him that respect and time to operate. But I do want to see like better footwork and distance management in the fight. I do believe that he can land some solid strikes in the clinch. However, I just don't really want him to give Dolby any opportunities to get the fight to the ground, because that's really where it's going to get a little bit dicier for him.
I agree. That's kind of where I've edged it for Brown, I think, in this fight. I've gone for the Randy Brown decision. decision. Yeah, like you said, Dolby is going to look like he's doing quite a lot because he brings a bit of a frantic pace to the fight. But I think it's going to be Brown who's going to be scoring a bit more prolifically in this fight with his strikes.
Yeah. For me, I thought either Brown stops it or Dolby gets the decision.
Okay. Oh, wow.
That's how I thought it might go. But, stopping Dolby is not a small feat at all. It's not an easy thing to do.
No, I was just trying to have a look now because no one's actually stopped Dolby. He's always lost via decision. So it's going to take a lot to get him out of there. Yeah. Apologies to anyone who's gone for Randy Brown knockout or submission in this. Less likely.
No, I realized that. I did realize that, but I thought that today could probably be that day, just because I don't think he's fought someone with the wingspan of Randy Brown before either.
Yeah, Dolby's coming on as well.
It was a wild card, but I did realize that too.
We're in. Good to see you in House Wales. Oi, oi, fellas. Salute, brother Wales. How you doing, brother?
Wales?
Good to see you in the chats and chiming in at the right time as we were about to watch the second fight in the main card between Randy Brown and Nicolas Dolby. How have you found the NFL draft so far? There's a lot of things for us to catch up. Wales, good to see you in the house. When will come on in Andres Hansen? Where do we see this live? Fortunately, this is a watch along, so you got to make sure you get yourself a link or somewhere where you can.
We're watching it live
fight
on TNT at the moment. Discovery Plus, you can do that as well. If you jump into the Discord channel and ask real nicely, someone in there might be able to help out if they're up and awake. We've seen that happen before. But all those details for the Discord channel are in the link below.
Yeah, but we'll give you our best coverage thus far. Dolby is my neighbor, great guy. Andres, good to see.
Love that. Really, like next door neighbor.
Yeah,
that means
literally.
Where is it? Yeah,
what country?
Yeah, is that where is he based now? Is he over in the UK or is he? I
don't know.
Was he the Norwegian way?
Not sure.
Look, Dolby can't get even close. Dolby can't get close.
That wingspan of Brown, man. He's using that educated jab of his.
He's keeping him right where he wants him.
Big right hook attempt there from Brown. Oh, he's trying to look for that right hand over the top, and Dolby fired a low kick there. He's going to be using that a lot, I feel, in this fight. Maybe disguise it, throw it a couple of times, disguise it as if you're going to use it, and then explode forwards into range, perhaps.
Oh, beautiful. Left, right
Brown's
from
getting
Brown.
flowy in there. He
really is. Oh, he's giving words. He's giving words to him. Randy Brown also, I hope we don't get too complacent, but he's using his jab to kind of line up exactly where Dolby's head is, and he's sitting down those punches with his right. But Dolby's game, and like I said, he's knocking him out is no easy feat. I can just imagine Randy Brown's forearm getting a bit tired from all that jabbing.
Andreas is from Copenhagen. Nice, brother. I hope the weather was doing you well over there this weekend. Wales says Giants killed it in the draft. We're back, JK. I'm glad you're happy, mate. Glad you're happy. Fingers crossed for next season. Movements are being made.
Absolutely. It's beautiful from Randy Brown. It's nice. Double jab and a right hook right there. Dolby has to sort of re-strategize. He really does. Sorry to Dolby's neighbor in the chats, just currently watching this and not liking what he sees. But I do believe that Dolby's going to have to think of a new strategy to enter because he's not getting through this way. Brown is like Gandalf and he's just said, "Thou shalt not pass." He's not gaining any entry here.
Yeah, kind of as expected so far in this fight, I think. With Dolby having a hard time finding his range and Randy Brown just sticking on the end of his strikes, landing the more cleaner, powerful ones. Oh, okay. Leo says Dolby's nose looks broken. It does a little bit, I guess.
Could be.
The screen that I've got the fights on is a little bit dimmer than the other one, so.
Just had a small, a small little pause to the action there. Suspected.
Dolby's dropped him. Dolby sat him down. No way.
Nowhere.
As I was saying, that Brown is going to be the more prolific striker. Dolby drops him. What?
Out of nowhere.
No way.
Dolby's capitalized here because
Brown's going to recover.
all Brown. That was all Brown.
It was
until Dolby found the off switch. That was beautiful.
It was, and now Dolby's going to look to set up a submission here.
Yeah, 1 minute left.
He's in a half guard.
Brown got a little bit too flow, a little bit too.
Only
I thought it was a tap. Just punched his back. I thought he tapped.
Yeah, I think they're looking at Dolby's nose in the truck.
That
here.
nose looks broken.
Oof.
I can't lie, that was beautiful from Dolby.
It was. Man got on the inside somehow.
Yeah. It happened so fast, I didn't even see it. I want to catch that back.
André saying Dolby is the most fit player in MMA. Wow.
Yeah, he is.
Dan says, Taint Blaster. Wells says, hit that like button. Absolutely.
Look at all that blood on the mat. That's all come from his nose in this instance.
Leo says, doing this at 40 years old, robbed in his last fight on a great run. Agreed. So underrated. Mate, I've been feeling the same about Dolby, man. When he took out Bonfim, I was like, here we go. We're off to the races.
Yeah. This guy has been showing absolute levels to his game. I didn't sure how he's going to get past Randy Brown, but I did think this was going to be a lot closer than what the odds suggested. Right,
now we've got to score this round. Dolby, I believe, is probably... Oh, I've got the wrong courts card up. My bad.
It's a broken nose.
Right, so... Safely saying, it's got to be 10-9 now.
Yeah, let's get it round 2 up. But, yeah, Dolby stole it. He stole it. That was going all to Brown, and then Dolby stole it. Not bad. I picked Brown in this, but I'm not mad if Dolby wins. I love that guy.
Yeah, no, that Renat Fakhreddinov fight was a bit of a toss-up. You're right, Andreas.
Oh, look at him. Guy's an absolute warrior.
Yeah, he's going to dig deep now for these next 2 rounds. If he can't breathe out that nose.
First. No, he got... Oh, that's a huge thing as well, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
All this thing about his cardio managing and how he breathes.
No,
break his nose and see how things change. Yeah.
Here we go. Into round number 2.
Time is in.
Low kick.
Although I do like the way he's smiling before he comes into round 2.
Yeah.
He knows he can find him.
Yeah, no, good question, Wales. Ash didn't want to join us tonight. He's got his son's semi-final tomorrow morning, so he wanted to rest up and get ready for that. I know when he mentioned it earlier, I was like, mate, you sound like you're the one who's going to be playing. So all you do is coach.
Yeah. I got to tell him. I was like, well, he better win. You know, if he's not coming to, if he misses tonight and he loses as well, it's like, well, that didn't help, did it?
He's missing a banging fight night here.
Next time you're not getting a night off.
Oh,
yeah, nice from Brown.
Popping that jab out constantly now.
Brown. Dolby wants to repeat exactly what he did in round 1, and he's swinging heavy. I think it could be exhausting, but for this guy and his cardio tax, it pays little, I think.
Yeah, I think Brown's going to use that double jab and try and land the body kick. Oh, straight right. Oh,
found him again. He did it again.
Exchange from Dolby, trying to close distance and suffocate Brown towards the cage. He's making this ugly. He's doing what we said we need to do.
It's mental.
Brown looking for the knee up the middle. He's been classed. Oh, big right hand from Brown. This swinging now. This
Dolby's using his face as a weapon. He's letting him hit his...
Randy Brown deads him. No way.
That's insane.
Nicolas Dolby. No one has ever done that. Dolby, I think, got too confident, man. Dolby, he wanted to fight fire there, and he paid the price.
Wow. I did say round 2 knockout as well. That's 3 points. Give me them.
No way. That's mad. That's a good pick, to be fair.
I thought today would be that day if so, but then obviously the way that Dolby came out, he was feeling himself. He's like, right, I can hit this guy.
Slumped him like Holloway Gaethje, man.
Man, he left his ass up. Dang. Look at the crowd. I've never seen a crowd so still after a knockout. They were just standing in awe.
Man, A lot of people wanted Dolby to win that.
Look, man.
Short little left.
Beautiful.
Right hook, send him off balance. Big right hand exchange there.
His knees went
Dolby
underneath
was went into World War III mode.
He did. He just swinging. He's using his face as a weapon, as a strategy. Wow.
And Brown, to be fair, credit to Randy Brown, he was slipping quite well in those exchanges.
He was so well.
Here. And then that short left hook, right hand over the top, plants him down. And the referee had seen enough.
Chef's kiss. That was beautiful. The way that Brown was slipping, you're right, it was just on point. And for Dolby, it was rage he saw. He was just swinging.
I don't know why, man.
He's the kind of guy. He fought a bit just like Gaethje did, right? He was setting himself on fire just to burn Randy Brown.
Although he got confident because he felt that he'd rocked Randy Brown and knocked him down in that first round.
Yeah.
I think Wales probably had Nicolas Dolby in his picks there. Saz, I'm afraid we can't show the fight. This is a watch along. YouTube will throw us off if we show you the fight, but maybe some people in the chats can help you with a cheeky little link, so then you can sync up the experience and watch the fights along with us. Talk about what you want to see next from these guys, and any other UFC news-related topics regarding International Fight Week, which headliner you want to see, and of course who you think is going to win in tonight's main event.
That's it, yeah. Do you have TikTok up as well, or you just got the...
I don't. I've only just got YouTube for now.
Okay, cool. I can see our boys commenting in TikTok. I think he jumped over to YouTube shortly after.
Yeah. Wales says Sanko wearing the Chippy uniform.
Chico says Ikram will win. He's confident on Ikram. But that was obviously from the last fight. Yeah.
Yes, Andreas Hansen. For Randy Brown slept your boy. Nicolas Dolby, first loss via knockout.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm sorry to hear about it, man. Your neighbour's gonna be coming home a little bit sooner than you thought. But I gotta tell you, man, that was beautiful. Great striker on both parts as well, because the way that he found him in the first round, that was just so clean. And then Randy Brown just kind of was working so hard at that jab all throughout round 2. And Dolby was relentless. Absolutely relentless, but he had to be. In order to get in, he had to take 1, 2, 3 strikes and land his 4th, 5th.
For sure.
But unfortunately, just how it was. Here we go. Official decision. Randy Brown's an absolute dog, though.
Yeah, what was we need to get
how old is he now? 40 years old.
Dolby is, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of mad, really.
Yeah, nice.
Been around the game for quite some time, but he's had his ups and downs. A couple of close decisions and not gone his way. Randy Rude Boy Brown.
That was rude.
Bounced back off that Brian Battle loss. It was close split decision. Some probably could have argued that he won that fight as well.
Yeah. I wasn't too mad about how that fight went. I liked either one of them for it, to be fair.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. Same. What's next for Randy Brown, I wonder? Do we have rankings on this one?
I don't think... no, I don't think Randy Brown was ranked, was he?
Let's have a look.
I don't know who you'd give him. Do you give him a ranked opponent next? He's been floating around just outside. He could very well get Carlos Leal, who's coming off of a win against Alex Morono. He also lost against Rinat Fakhretdinov. That's a potential option. Or, someone who's fell out of the rankings, who's probably still relatively good. You could give him Neil Magny, who's on a 2-fight losing skid. Those fights were against Carlos Prates and Michael Morales. do you want to give Randy Brown another experience?
Hasn't he fought Neil Magny before?
I was wondering that.
I think they have. I'm pretty sure they have fought before.
I don't think so. Not that I can see, anyway.
Yeah, but it's time to put some fire underneath the likes of Randy Brown. Again, moving up.
Yeah, as I said, he's always been someone who's just floated outside of the rankings and never really got that crack at a ranked opponent. Oh, Drew Dober in the house.
Oh, Dober.
Yeah.
He's back on the
couch with us not long ago.
He wasn't, yeah. It was a minute. Almost quite literally.
JK, they are in Kansas City tonight, the home of your NFL team. Yes, mate, home of the legends. Jacket is on. I want to see some stars out in the crowd tonight. I'm hoping to see Stone Cold
Taylor
Chris
Swift.
Jones. No, I don't. No, they're probably out on the Bahamas somewhere. No one's seen Travis or Tay in a long time. They out hiding. They're out hiding.
They
Patrick probably won't be in the house because I think he's over in Texas at the moment, training with some folks. So yeah, I don't know.
Here we go. Got Michel Pereira up next. So far it's been great. I think I might actually look at my other picks and see what else is going to go to decision or knockout, just because so far we've seen stoppage after stoppage. I reckon Anthony Smith will probably be a decision.
Oh, really? Well, you think he's going to grind out a decision?
Yeah.
What? I mean, this is quite a bit of a jump for Zhang, but I can kind of see another first round finish, I'm afraid.
From Anthony Smith?
Yeah.
I don't know. He tends to finish people. Not finish. He goes to decisions for people he should probably...
No, I think it's going to be finished for Zhang.
Oh, for Zhang?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a favourite in this, but...
Well, that 3 points has landed you joint third, my friend.
Oh, get in there.
One taken with me is
come on.
taking the lead, though. I'm still 1 point behind
I had
Harris.
a relatively good week, and you know what? It's just like everyone else has a good week as well.
Yeah, it's a close one this week. Don't worry, we got
Pereira versus Abus. I put a submission from Pereira.
Okay.
I thought it was going to sub.
Tutu says, Wales, mate, never been any problems with Giants drafts or drafts. Don't matter who you get. Giants ain't got no head coach to develop them or win matches. Brian Fat F Dumbo ain't no good. Speaking on personal experience. Damn. Yeah, we'll see what happens with you guys next season. Welcome on in, folks. This is UFC Fan Channel where fan opinion matter most. We were talking about...
welcome in. Welcome back. It's been a whole week off, and it's good to see you.
We were just talking about our ideal headliners for UFC 317, which hopefully we'll get some news about pretty soon. Wales and Tuto, who do you want to see headline that fight card? It's going to be a big one. Usually is International Fight Week. Do you think
Alex
it's going to
Pereira,
be
John Jones,
Makhachev versus Topuria, which is maybe the strongest option? I'm hoping to see Jones versus Aspinall during that period, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
See, I mean, what also bothers me is that there's so many people wanting to jump to a different division to fight another opponent. Now, don't get me wrong, as a fan, I kind of do love to see it. It's almost like two Marvel universes colliding, or like Marvel and DC fighters, having it out. It's almost like two different weight in two different weight divisions come together. It's Jones versus Pereira. It's Topuria versus Makhachev, or it's Makhachev versus Bilal Muhammad. Everyone wants a bit of the next division up, and I like all of those fights. I just don't think it's proper. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get people's arguments.
It's not allowed. It's too often. It's not allowed.
Yeah, you can go back and forth with it all day, I think. With on one hand you had Topuria, who beat two of the best guys at featherweight that we've ever seen and destroyed them.
Yeah.
So, do you really want to see him continue when he's on that kind of level of trajectory and wave? Do you really want to see him fight the next man who's not really got much popularity to him? So I feel for him there. With Makhachev, it's like, well, you're, a win away from beating Khabib's title defense record. So why would you not want to do that first and then move up to welterweight? Don't get me wrong, he's defended the belt against a featherweight in the past. Do you really want to see him defend the belt against another featherweight coming up, I mean, Topuria reckons he's quite a big dude and walks around off camp at 180 pounds. And he's saying that he cuts quite a lot of weight to make featherweight. Whether you believe him or not is another thing. But if that's the case, then, okay, maybe he should fight at lightweight. For Makhachev, I do really want to see him, I think, tested against the Bilal Muhammad, who's going to be maybe naturally bigger than him or maybe the same size, I'm easy either way.
But then you got Khabib. What do you reckon Khabib would rather? Would he rather that his protege beats his record, or his protege fights his other?
That's the thing. I think you got to let it happen at some point, man. Yeah, agreed. At the end of the day, like with Bilal, you look at his style. It's a very dominating style. Is someone like a Makhachev going to be his biggest test at welterweight? Or, well, I guess Shavkat is probably his biggest test, right? After that, who's the next man? Yeah. Wales says Dricus injury rumors were false. Hamza going to batter him. He also says,
wait, false as if it's back on, or false as if it was even off at all?
No, he reckons it wasn't off in the first place.
Okay,
but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I'm not sure. I feel like he could have been injured, but like only a slight little injury, which has kind of pushed the fight back. That's the confidence that I'm getting. UFC 316 in Jersey. I'll be there at Tuto. You're going to be around, says Wales. What was it? 216 in Jersey.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Tuto's in the house.
Right?
Yeah.
2 pay-per-views then. Am I seeing that right?
Tudo in the house. Yeah.
So May
Wells is going to be around. It's Wells to NJ, not Wells to NJ, then back again.
216,
which means
Marab versus
he's in Jersey, bro.
Rally. That's at the beginning of June. Yeah, so we've got 2 pay-per-views in June. That's kind of usual, I think.
About once a year we'll get 2 pay-per-views around a month. I think last year it was in October though. September, October.
All right, cool. Let's get on to breaking down this next fight up on the cards between Michel Pereira and Magomedov. And then I'll get to some more chats in a bit.
All right, Magomedov.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Bear with. Doosh. Right. Okay. Magomedov has a professional record of 27 wins and 6 losses. He's got 14 knockouts and 7 submissions, 15 first-round finishes. His UFC record is currently 3 wins and 2 losses. He made his debut in the UFC 2022, and he's currently on a 2-fight winning streak. He's an orthodox fighter, but can fight out of both stances. Rangy striker with that Dagestani power. Has lethal leg kicks in his arsenal that he can throw with a hella torque, and also uppercut, which he doesn't even need to be in the pocket to land effectively. One of his most promising fighters coming out of Germany right now comes out calm and uses his big leg kicks to find his range. Will land one before 2 before fainting or exploding into the target. Grappling wise, he's no slouch either. He'll chase the submission as soon as the fight hits the mat. What do we expect from Oh, what can we tell us about Michel Pereira?
Yeah, okay. So he's 31 wins and 12 losses, 11 KOs, 9 submissions, 15 first round finishes, and 9 of those wins were in the UFC, and 3 of those losses were in the UFC as well. His debut was all the way back in 2019, and he's got performance of the night on 5 separate occasions.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Now, he's an orthodox fighter, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Karate. Light on his feet, and he bounces on the edge of his striking range as well, quite carefully picking his entries and waiting for his opponents to commit. Now, sometimes he has that unorthodox capoeira style about him, and it's that side-to-side movement that's constantly switching direction and kind of leading his opponents into some false sense of distance. But he throws a lot of straight strikes, technically proficient and precise down the pipe too. He never still. And he's kind of constantly moving a lot of his a lot as well. So his misdirection, it kind of makes him a tough target to read. And that's what makes this guy so talented, and unorthodox. That style it does exert a lot of energy. Bear in mind, and you do see that later on in rounds. But it's just difficult to read, and there's a problem for most opponents. Now, he uses those front kicks to the midsection, and he uses that to kind of maintain a distance and knock the wind out of his opponents too. And that for him is just a real keen time to strike. But what do we expect on the other side in the blue corner?
Yeah, we've got Michel Pereira is currently in the prep point at the moment, so Abbas is probably already in the octagon. But for Abbas, I think he needs to stay sharp and technical with his striking, anticipate when Pereira explodes forwards, make him miss, and then find those opportunities to counter in a big way. I think he showed some improved wrestling and grappling in his last fight against Bruno Ferreira, and I would like to see more of it in this fight. Pereira conceded 10 takedowns in his 5-round fight against Hernandez, and I think Magomedov needs to be relentless with his attempts. Also, on the flip side, the question of gas tank for Michel Pereira has always been there. Abbas, I think, suffered with his gas tank against Sean Strickland, but I think, he's probably capable of outlasting Pereira in this fight.
Yeah.
Should he survive that early storm, I think.
It was largely down to Strickland just taking the wind out of him and putting on an absolute hurt. No, actually, it's vice versa. It's for him gassing himself out. But I think he's worked on a lot since then. It kind of showed his kind of rookie demeanor. It was his debut as well, wasn't it? But quickly with Pereira, then, his last fight reminded us of that he's better suited for 3-round fights, and I'm expecting him to fight at a much higher output this time around. I don't think Abbas is as diverse with his striking as Hernandez was. So I'm expecting Pereira to kind of throw more freely in this one without as many threats. Okay. Now, he does need to be on the front foot more, and I think just kind of rely on his unpredictable striking styles to catch Magomedov off guard quite early. Bearing in mind, Pereira is a lethal weapon. 8 out of 9 his last fight. So he's won 8, of course, and out of his last 9 fights, he's only just lost that one. And I do think if he is going to be the aggressor in this fight, he needs to be as accurate as he is careful.
Yeah, no, agreed. I've actually gone with the underdog in Abbas Magomedov decision in this. I'm hoping he survives the early onslaught, but get ready with that timer. We're nearly in there, folks. Wales says Pereira got to be unorthodox fighting this German. Yeah. No, I agree with you there.
But also, I think with Abbas, if he does that and he does kind of out-weather Pereira, that shows huge growth from where he first started here in the UFC, because that was just not him when he started against Sean Strickland. I wonder if that was a pun there, orthodox against this German. I wonder if that's it's just been rattling in my mind for a minute.
Orthodox is not a stance. Yeah, you can't be an orthodox. Kicks early, utilize his range.
You can't be this orthodox against a German. No, not these days.
Ooh,
nice.
Pereira went for a body shot then.
Yeah.
But this is why I went with Abbas in this. I feel like if he's
Yeah.
able to keep the fight at this kind of pace, chip away at Pereira, then I feel like he might be able to get the W.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a big right hand
Nice.
there.
Decent. Yeah. Partially blocked. But also Abbas, yeah, he's really closing the distance. Fainting a lot as well. There's always so much to look out for. But I'm seeing him find a mark more so than Pereira's.
Ooh, there's a body kick from Abbas. Abbas is going to give him a lot of looks on the feet.
Looked a little bit like Sean Strickland the way he marched in there with the old leg feints.
Yeah.
Taking a bit from the
that
fight.
lead leg up. Yeah. Ooh, stiff jab sends Pereira off balance, but I don't think Magomedov should have. Ooh, I think he needs to calm down a little bit, Magomedov. I don't think he had him hurt.
No, I didn't think so either. I think he thought he could smell blood, but really it was just kind of like more of his head moved back rather than him actually stunning him.
He was off balance, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where you don't want to get overzealous against someone like Pereira, who's got some power and can swing, man.
He could have really punished him there.
Yeah.
He just hadn't found it. Waiting for Pereira and his little bobble hair tie.
Yep. Oh, wow, that was nicely done from Abbas.
Beautiful.
Admittedly, the strike didn't land, but he was able to duck underneath and use it as a smokescreen to get the takedown.
Yeah.
He's looked to take the back. Now, Pereira got back to his feet. Pereira's interlocked that leg behind there. Bit of a base. Abbas is just going to ride this out, make Pereira carry his weight in an attempt to kind of wear him out. Now he's looking to jump on the back here.
Quite keen to see how Pereira manages, if he's able to get this fight to the ground and just be on top, actually. Quite excited to see that dynamic plan out, just because standing up Magomedov's been incredibly egregious for these last 4 minutes of the fight.
Yeah. And Abbas, you see, get off the back there. You didn't want to kind of, it's burning for your legs to stay in that position if the guy's just standing up the whole time.
Yeah.
Of course, he needs his legs to get on back with those strikes, to set up his hands. Big looping left hand over the top there from Abbas.
Feinting the kick, throw the left hand.
Yep.
You got someone like Pereira who's now backing up. It's Magomedov who's controlling the octagon all throughout this fight, dictating where it's taking place. Setting the canvas for the first time in a while for Pereira, and immediately he just gives up real estate. But Pereira fights quite well off the back foot, luring you in, and then often, I think. Backs up, lures you in, and then just throws something.
Yeah, who did you pick in this fight?
I went with Pereira.
You went Pereira.
I think I put a submission.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, I thought it might get down there, we might see it, but so far we really haven't.
Again, I think this was quite a close fight to pick, to be fair.
Yeah. Look at those numbers, those significant strikes, 20-5. Pereira needs to start doing something.
Yeah. Coming to the final stretches of round one, high kick attempt from Magomedov. Block there. Exchange of kicks on the feet, and that's a wrap for round one.
Just got in there.
Scoring wise,
Abbas for me.
Yep, clear as day for me. Good 10-9.
Yeah, agreed. What are you guys saying in the chat? Is going to Abbas as well on that one? Let me have a look at TikTok real quick, see if you guys make sure you're not being left no love.
Yeah.
As you can see, if you're in YouTube, we can get your chats up on screen, so feel free to jump on over if you've got comments, but otherwise, hope you're enjoying the show.
Yeah. Yeah, clear as day, 1-0 to Abbas. Again, I think if he stays smart like this, he can safely ride out a decision. Pereira was the favourite in this. Will be just.
He was he?
Mm.
At the time, so you got JP Schmidt in the chat. Just wondering what time is the next fight. So this one is happening right now. This is fight 3 up in the card. We're at fight 3, right?
Round 2 is on its way.
Round 2, yep. And then we'll be going into this is a 6-fight card, main card. But if you're looking for the main event itself, you're looking at more towards like another hour and a half, 2 hours or so until we get there.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
But yeah, for now, much of what we saw in the first round, kicks from Abbas, taking control of the octagon, and Pereira just on the back foot, circling, moving backwards. I would like him to circle the other direction, though. He's going the wrong way for my liking.
Mm.
Yeah. Switch.
Oh, he's using that body kick a lot.
He is.
Abbas Magomedov. Really got to chip away at that gas tank of Michel Pereira.
Mm. And look how he raises his leg up real kind of like half body height to stomp down and just take more real estate. It's a feint and it's an advancement at the same time.
Yeah.
He does two things effectively with it. You see that Sean Strickland does that really effectively too. Just kind of marches forward. Take real estate, but at the same time, you kind of feinting your way in and your opponent backs up.
Ooh. Now we've got Pereira pushing forward. He needs to do that a little bit more now.
Yeah,
Pereira.
he does. I wouldn't mind a single leg, especially when Magomedov gives it to you like that.
Mm.
Especially now it's round 2 and I got submission. Take him down.
Yeah, and they're just exchanging teep kicks here.
Yeah.
Oh, good knee to the body.
Decent
from
time
Pereira,
really well.
but Abbas catches it. It's going to use it for a takedown attempt.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, Pereira turns the tides. He stays up on his feet.
It breaks away. Yeah. Although
Pereira not showing the fire we're used to. Get on it, son, says Wales. Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
Right. 8 in the last 9 fights. He's a dangerous man. Although right now he's not showing us.
Oh, big looping right hand from Abbas, but
partially blocked.
Pereira exchanges with a body shot.
Oh, nice from Magomedov.
Mm.
Decent there. Got the left hook landed. Uppercuts throwing, missed. Oh, now Pereira's got the back.
Yeah. Well, Pereira
got
can
the back.
What can he do from here?
Let go, isn't he?
Is he going to try and get a takedown?
No, there we go. Breaks away.
The break. Yeah, I don't think we see any grappling at all in this fight.
Yeah.
Unless in the third round, like we said, if when Pereira's tired.
That's it. I mean, he's managed his pace pretty well, especially in the first round. There's only 5 significant strikes. I'd imagine he's just pacing himself. But that's gonna have to change real soon. He's gonna have to start picking up at some point. Decent stab at this round 2. I'm still waiting for someone to steal it for me though. I'm not clear on who's taking it. Fairly even Stevens.
Wells reckons he's injured.
Pereira?
You reckon?
I mean, he has just taken 20 significant strikes to the face. I'd imagine he's got some kind of injury.
Oof, just missed with that knee.
Question is
was wise enough to pull away from that.
Yeah, that could have been a pretty key blow if it landed. Yeah, it's a great strategy for Magomedov, just marching forwards and keeping Pereira on the outside. Constantly backing up. But Pereira needs to kind of sit down on something. Yeah, it landed there, but doing a bit better in the second round. Honestly, if I can't see much more or any significant damage coming from any one of these guys, I might have to just rest on the striking output.
Yeah, I think that might be what it comes down to in this round, to be honest. Oh, little left hook.
Found the jaw there.
From Pereira there. Good punishing shot to the body. This is good from Pereira.
Yeah. Yeah. Magomedov is just keep kicking the body constantly. They'll stiff jab.
Mhm.
Yeah, not really
Good
getting the
blocking and
precision
missing
from
here.
Pereira either.
Mm.
I want to see more accuracy.
Yeah, Wales convinced he's holding an injury here.
What did you see, Wales? Who's it? Whereabouts is the injury? On the legs, arm, nose?
Sitting back like he's in the back seat of a car.
Honestly,
Oh, how are we scoring that fight, guys? Oh, that round, sorry.
yeah, for me, that's a tough one actually. That's even harder. I might say Pereira just for a cheeky. They get a cheeky 1-1.
I don't know.
But,
I feel like Abbas might have done enough there.
I think Pereira did better, yeah. And let's have a look at the striking numbers because I'm pretty sure.
Wales reckons it's 2-0. What do folk reckon?
Have a look here.
Ooh.
Actually, yeah, so striking numbers. Pereira had more strikes, 24-21. Significant as well.
Who
So
had more
on
strikes?
paper, Pereira.
All right.
So on paper, Pereira just edges it on striking output. So I
Okay.
would go 1-1, but
All right.
I didn't see significant damage. Yeah, octagon control again, Abbas, but it's going round 3. We don't like round 3 for Pereira. We never did.
No. Okay, so maybe could be 1-1. Could be 2-0 Abbas. Bit of a difficult round to score, but let's see what happens in this third round.
Yeah. Seeing a little bit more fire underneath the bum of Pereira, which is what's needed.
Yeah. Wales reckons Pereira needs to finish to win this. Yeah, not out of the realms of possibility. See, Pereira's a lot more dangerous in rounds 1 and 2, usually. But let's see if he looks like he's got some gas in the tank here.
Yeah.
He's paced himself, and
he's ready to leave all on
lay
the
it all
table.
out on the line here.
And he absolutely needs to. He's buying on a lot of feints, going to the body a fair bit, but not really seeing anything that
Oof.
that savage, you know, that significant.
Mm.
Come on, Pereira.
Yeah,
can't
sorry
have a
to
last name like that and not bang.
Who you're talking about in terms of getting on the panel? I don't think we can get anyone on the panel tonight. Because last time it affected our connection, bringing someone on the panel from overseas.
Yeah. Was that someone else to jump on?
Down, so yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get it set. If the box is all set beforehand, and we jump in for like a call before the show, then yeah, we could do that. But don't have those boxes set yet. Oh.
Who's your mate, CJ? Well, we've not met him before.
Oh, nice. Well, welcome in. Welcome in.
Yeah.
Next time, yeah, do DM if you want to jump on the panel. DM, and we can arrange arrange a
test now before.
Yeah, we'll just quickly test it and work out the boxes, and then we'll run it. No problem at all.
Yeah.
Jump on, let us know. All right. So here we are now coming into third round. All is out.
A lot more strikes being thrown.
Absolutely. I might actually like Magomedov for this, to be honest with you.
KC got the Chiefs chant going, have they? Oh, have they got the chop going? No way. Have they actually?
What, in the arena?
I can't hear it.
I'm listening now, but there's a chant going. Oh, Magomedov landed.
Whoa. That's it.
How's that working here then?
Yeah. The tomahawk chop. That's a classic, mate. Gives you goosebumps before game. Oh.
Yeah, Abbas running away with this one. Great pick, JK.
Bosh.
Yeah, nice from
Bye,
Pereira.
Butts. Goodbye. Not fooling me.
Pereira for a decent right there. Got a bit of respect from Magomedov, but I don't know if it's enough. Pereira's just doing a lot of touching. He's throwing all of his strikes at like 30%, touching the target.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's no power in anything he's thrown yet, which is great if he's setting something up, but nothing follows.
Big shoot from Abbas. Good sprawl from Pereira.
Yeah, decent.
Pereira
got some minute, bro.
Neck, though.
It's not even looking remotely close to anything. Oh, crying, mate. I'm crying. God.
Break. Oh, good left hook from Abbas. That was solid. Connected well there.
Oh, man.
Pereira looks
what
knackered.
Is this? Pereira's touching it.
Laboured, and now Magomedov.
Wow.
Storming forward.
Third round Pereira is just, you know,
non-existent.
Ridiculous. No, exactly. It's like a white belt in everything. He's like an amateur.
1 round fight.
He's like a white collar boxer. I reckon I could beat Pereira in the 3rd round if you give him to me after he's just in a fight.
He's a monster, though. He's huge.
Yeah, but I'm still confident enough with it.
Here we go. And that's a wrap.
Just touches his opponent.
How do we score that fight
Abbas.
overall?
Give it to Abbas. Just give
Abbas
it to Abbas.
round.
Takes 2, if not all 3.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I feel that.
Damn. Pereira let me down like that. Won 8 in his last 9 fights.
2 points in the bag.
And this is how he does it.
Wales says, if you lads need another mod, I got you. Well then, alrighty. Ask and you shall receive. Let's not put Wales as a timeout. There we go.
I don't even know how to do that, but you can do that. I'm gonna see what's going on over on the TikTok channels.
Bosh. Congratulations, Wales. You have been promoted.
Bang. And just like that.
Yeah, I'm going to get
Just
some chocolate.
like that.
2 secs. I'll lean down the room.
Yeah, chocolate is quite essential. I actually do have you still got your Easter egg, have you? I wonder if you still have your Easter egg. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was just what I like to call unlucky Silas. Likelihood is Abbas is probably going to get his hand raised, and there's nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. If you haven't done so already, like and subscribe. You can see the little thing dropping up there on screen, because it means nothing to you guys. It takes no effort at all, but for us it means everything. So do like and subscribe if you can. We'll much appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying your night, because I am. I'm so glad you're here too to enjoy it with us. See you guys. Hey, what's up in the TikTok? Welcome in on TikTok. And also welcome in if you guys are new to join us here on YouTube as well.
Bosh. Abbas picks up the win.
As expected.
Yeah.
And rightfully so as well. He put on a great performance. He had a really good a lot of venom in his strikes, but at third round Michel Pereira is just a mythical creature. He does not exist.
Yeah. Do you know what the scores were? I wondered if it was all 3 judges. But yeah, Abbas clear as day won that fight. He took round 1 with ease, and then round 3, well, you know. Well said, 30-27. Yeah, that's what I thought it was, personally. We've scored it 29-28. So I reckon Pereira
round
edged
2,
the third.
Pereira looked better.
Round,
yeah, it looked a bit better in the second, but ultimately, yeah. Well, I'm not surprised.
It's a good win for Abbas.
It was the second round where no one really gave us anything, so we kind of had to fall down to just striking numbers. To be fair, I didn't really see anything significant from either of them, but yeah, edged it is right.
Were they ranked? Was anyone ranked?
Yeah, that was Pereira ranked 14, so we're going to see Abbas stepping in.
Okay.
Shall we check it out?
Case, yeah, let's check it out. So what? Abbas now on what, the 3-fight win streak?
Yes.
You've got the Ridder taking on Bo Nickel. That's literally very soon. So maybe the loser of that fight is a possibility. Get some flicker. What's the refresh rate? Or is it because that's a white screen? Yeah, it is. That's why.
Not sure why that was.
Yeah. So
Buckley there in the house.
He is. Sorry, back on to what I was saying. The camera put me off there. Yeah, maybe the loser of the Ridder versus Bo Nickel, I think, is a possibility for Abbas Magomedov. If not, you could give him someone like a Paulo Costa, who's a bit of on a loser skid. We're yet to see him back in the octagon, so he's another option. As for Michel Pereira, could give him Roman Kopylov, who's on a 2-fight win streak. He recently beat Chris Curtis, so I wouldn't mind seeing that fight.
That could be good. I'm just getting the ranking up now.
What do you folks reckon? Wales has put a tariff on Pereira's striking.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, Wales. What we'll have to do is we've got to get Wales in a separate call, a test call one day, and sort his Zoom out. I'm confident we can get it sorted. I think it must appear on a separate monitor.
Yeah, we will get that fixed up for sure. Yeah. We'll get that fixed up for sure. Next time you're around Wales, let us know. And because we're always in the meeting like an hour before we go live anyway. So anytime we're going live for an event, we're always there an hour earlier setting the things up. So by all means, stop on by. We can get a quick test. Make sure things run smooth. But we're on Twitch. We're on TikTok too, if you hadn't known. So basically, it's just important that everything syncs via that too. So if I did jump over that scene, TikTok experience will be well out. Yeah. But
cool, good man. Yeah, we'll he's always around on Saturdays.
Always welcome.
Love that.
Was that Charles Oliveira?
What's that?
It's like Charles Oliveira honors or something like that.
Is this another Hall of Fame inductee? Giga already got inducted. Oh no!
Yeah.
Are they promoting the actual ceremony? I think that's what they're doing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they're promoting the Hall of Fame ceremony, which usually is around International Fight Week.
Right. Charles Oliveira's there, and just skip back a little bit, just see what was going on. I saw Hall of Fame and I saw his name and I thought, what's going on? Honors 2025 Forrest Griffin Community Award. Yeah, he's got an honors award.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Charity Giga's been doing, man. We briefly met Giga in Manchester back in July, didn't we? Last July.
Yeah. Did.
Yeah, sound bloke.
Yeah.
Walking around the hotel.
Didn't look dangerous, did he?
No.
Doesn't look dangerous.
Cool dude. Chilled.
Looks like you're a regular average man.
Big task tonight against David Onama, looking to take his ranking.
Yeah, look at the size difference of these guys. Muscle mass and all that. But let's get the fights up.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We are at fight 4.
Yeah, I'm going to next one up.
Victor.
Bosh.
Ooh, I could probably go and get something as well. I don't know what to chop down on.
I'm eating leftover Easter egg. Sugar's going to keep me going for the rest of this main card.
It's a good shout. I
3
think I've
fights
only got
left.
minstrels left. Yeah, we're halfway through.
3 fights down, 3 fights left. And the picks are looking pretty swell.
Yeah, I got that one wrong.
Let's have a look.
You're gone.
Into second, mate. Bosh.
Have you?
Everyone had Michel Pereira. Fools.
Oh.
1 point behind top net. Love it.
Man. Here we
Love
go.
it.
Next up, we got Giga Chikadze.
Wales says they rocking the adrenaline venom kits tonight. Do you know what, man? That yellow jacket that the fighter nerds have got from Venom is looking pretty saucy.
Oh yeah, they're getting a special treatment.
Have you seen that? Can you actually get that online? I'm gonna have a look because that it's looking sick.
I doubt you can. Well, not yet anyway. It might take a season to come out.
Oh, Wales says he's just got a new hat. Do you know what I could actually do with some new Venom trackies? Mine will get a little bit warm. I'll have to check it out. I need to befriend a fighter.
What are you on about?
size.
We've befriended loads.
I know, but that's my size, so I can get the kit bag at the end. Do you know what I mean? Yes, Wales on with the fight night and champion. Oof,
the yellow jersey.
Oh, they got some new stuff out. Oi, these jackets are looking.
Are you looking now? Are you? Let's have a look.
I'm actually
Men's UFC fashion Venom website. Which one is it?
Ooh. Got some good burgundy gear. I go on UFC Venom, don't I?
Oh man, I love the I actually do need to get a fight kit.
Oh yeah, they got the like blue and pinky stuff, ain't they? The electronic heritage edition.
Yeah, Miami Venom Fight Night t-shirt.
Yeah, that was just for Miami, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The collaboration with Assassin's Creed is sick.
No, where? I see that one.
It's on the page, yeah.
Yeah, Adrenaline one. No, hold on, I'm looking at a different one.
So it's one of their. I think it's one of their collections.
Yeah, Adrenaline. I think the Adrenaline one looks quite hard.
Oh, they've collaborated with Tekken, mate. Venom is so.
I'm on UFC Store. You on Venom, huh?
Yeah.
I'm on UFC Store as well.
To be fair, I need to just look at the fight kits. Adrenaline fight kit. There we go. That's what I need.
Yo.
Only $50 on the website. They got some
That's not bad.
sick Assassin's Creed gloves. Says Wales. Agreed, man. Oh,
Yeah, custom gloves as well. Yeah, I think I might be stepping into a Venom season. I remember when I just loved Venom came on the scene. I was like, nah, do you know what? I'm still wanting Reebok, but nah, like taking the back seat,
Venom
man.
Streets ahead.
They're blocks ahead now. Look at this. I'm looking at all the geese they got.
Oh yeah,
And the geese look hard. Ooh, na 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 na.
Nah, Tute, they're not viruses. They're just bots that happen to pop up in our chat to try and lure people onto websites.
Have you put Wales to work? Have you? Is he out there just kind of
Wales
off?
Wales is battering it off, man. He's solid. He's more quicker than I am on it.
He's like blimmin' heck, what's going on here? Like, welcome to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind some adrenaline tracksuit bottoms, but paying 80 bob for them. Don't know about that.
No,
I need to.
Jungle Lobs is pretty good.
Actually, no. It's usually, to be fair, is the stuff I got before is the fight week, not the fight night. Fight week. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Some burgundy stuff.
Yeah, the tactical gear. I like Muay Thai shorts more than I like boxing shorts, but you know, I'm a boxer. I'm not a Muay Thai. You know what I mean? I wonder if I could still do it.
Gonna be tariffs on those Venom gear being shipped over it. Yeah, man. Venom based in France. He's gonna be paying bombs to get that stuff over. Well, to be fair, if the UFC is selling it via their store,
we have to pay a bit to get things from Venom. Wild. I got something from Venom the other couple months ago. I got some gloves and stuff, but you still got to pay quite a hefty charge for it to be flown over.
Yeah.
Thinking like, can't I just get it from the store here? But it's just not.
JB still do Venom. I feel like I've not looked in a while. That's where I last got them. To be fair.
JD.
Yeah. But I don't. Yeah, they don't do as much stuff anymore.
I don't know.
They still got £50 sparring gloves on there. Well, they
Damn,
got like a zip-up sauna suit, and that's it.
Should have quickly ran down to got myself a tea. Right to start now.
Oh yeah, you missed. Oh shit, we're already in. Oh damn, we need to break this fight down.
We should probably
get back onto this fight. Anyhow, fighting stance for David Onama. He's a switch stance fighter. He has long limbs, which quickly become a problem when he switches stances and jabs you out of a different stance as he enters into range. His stand-up is a little unpolished in a way that he eats a lot of unnecessary shots and swings wildly at times, but that doesn't make him any less dangerous in that department. He wields some sneaky power, will fight from the outer hand and constantly hassle opponents with forward pressure and strikes down the pipe. Can always lean on his grappling and jiu-jitsu to take control of the back in the fight. On the ground, he'll threaten submissions and look to wrap something up or take the back. Giga Chikadze.
Yeah, Giga, fighting style, switch stance fighter. Switch is southpaw, and he does like to fight a body kick as well from stance. Now, he's 3rd degree black belt in Koju Ryu karate and a kickboxing background as well. He's a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, very talented and fast reflexes. Despite being quite tall, he lowers his base with a wide stance just to kind of make himself real difficult to take down. Now, he does have a variety of kicks in his arsenal as well. Like, he likes to sniper the way let me just get the timer quickly before.
Bosh, and with him.
Yeah,
fingers up, folks.
Let me go back to some of those points there. Look, he does like to feint with his left hand over the top just to kind of set up his left kick, but it's one of his best weapons. He is excellent at landing it on to the liver shots, and just kind of shut down some of those key components. Like, for example, if you remember the Cub Swanson fight, for example, he did exactly that. Now look at this. Yeah, he's relatively tall. He's got that wide base we're talking about, and those kicks are just one of his most deadliest weapons he's throwing out there. But what can you expect from Onama, JK?
Well, for Onama, like Chikadze's previous losses, Onama is equally comfortable fighting out both stances, and I'm expecting him to switch when Chikadze does, so he can take away one of his best weapons, which is that body kick.
Yeah.
Good. Although he's kind of going back in between both at the moment. He's kind of on southpaw when he's out of range, but then when he's entering, kind of leaning into towards that orthodox stance. However, if the fight draws long and he's getting outpointed, he might want to try to catch kicks and force the fight to the mat. This way, we saw him secure a late takedown like this in his last fight, so I wouldn't be mad for it. Well, you know what to do with these boxes.
Beautiful switch kick from Chikadze.
Onama will want to take the fight to Chikadze, get on the inside and let his boxing combinations go. Target the body before landing up top. He's also good at checking low kicks. So once he's checked one from Chikadze, I want to see him immediately close the space and look to put hands on him.
Yeah, you're right. So he is kicking his way into range quite a fair bit. Onama, it's like kicks for kicks here. He checked a really good one from Chikadze, and he managed to find Chikadze when he was in the pocket as well. For Giga, I reckon he's going to want to stay on the outside. As he is at the moment, he's kind of just waiting for Onama, who's pushing the action. Use a lot of lateral movement and just kind of strike from range. if he can remain in technical and just manage the distance without crumbling under Onama's pressure, then look, great. He's either going to ride this out to a decision or stop Onama with those kicks. Other than that, switch up his shot selection. I think it's going to be quite key, and just rely on his speed and accuracy. Onama's striking defense is a little suspect at 52%. So I think he can actually have a better success in the feet compared to what Arnold Allen had in that fight as well. So
yeah. Arnold Allen caused Giga some problems and looked really good on the feet.
It was that pressure ultimately, wasn't it? And I think Onama got the same memo as he's pouring it on now. It's Chikadze.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah. I think I went Giga decision in this. Purely, I just see like a similar fight to Randy Brown and Dolby in a way. I just felt that Onama's going to look like he's doing a lot, press the pace, etc. But Giga's going to actually have the bigger moments, you know, with his accuracy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. No one saw Randy Brown knock out Nicolas Dolby like that. So
no,
you know, if Giga can land something,
well,
maybe backwards and yeah, guys in the chat, what did you go for in this? Onama to get the upset against Chikadze, or who was favourite? Actually, I'm not too sure.
The favourite in this one was Onama.
Oh wow!
Okay. Yeah. Good try. There was underdog. Coming down to the final minute here in the first round. So far, it's been an absolute war. And
nice. Good body kick from Giga. He's got him backing up.
Just about to say, I'm waiting for someone to steal it for me.
Yeah.
Careful what you're running onto.
Being
Giga.
A bit wild in this. Oh, Onama looking for a takedown now.
Wow.
Wales went with Giga.
Giga's got those hands which turned.
Oh, and Onama's got him down.
Oof, Onama into a wrestler. Here we go.
But he needs to do something with it though.
There's 30 seconds left to go. Would it be significant enough to still round? I would still give it to Giga just because of that last onslaught, you know.
Yeah, he showed some aggression there.
He did. That. Provided nothing more comes from this, I would still favour Giga. Never mind the takedown.
Yep, full guard now for David Onama. Got to land some heavy shots. Aggressive elbows from bottom from Giga. Needs to keep that with that, and that's around the round. Scorecards, guys. Tough round to score that.
It is difficult, and I wonder whether the judges will see that takedown as something significant.
Yeah,
and give the round to him. Giga. But I would still want to give it to Giga just for the aggressiveness.
Yep.
I think he had a little bit more.
Agreed. I think this could be. I'm interested to see what everyone else scores it. Yeah, also you got, I think, is that Yusuf Zalal in the corner of David Onama, which I think is strange. So when picking the fights next in the featherweight division, we can't pair up David Onama and Yusuf Zalal. But maybe Yusuf Zalal versus Giga Chikadze could be an option down the line. Who knows?
Maybe so. We see what he does here. Giga Chikadze has fallen quite away from his grace. I think he was at one point fifth in the division. He was up there for sure.
Here we go.
Putting on some round two hard times. We're in. Those leg stomps from Onama seem to be quite useful.
Yeah, Raf saying, Wales, I just want to say congrats on you just won those draft picks for the Giants, and these solid players hit the jackpot. They absolutely do. Raiders making waves as well. Ooh, big right hand over the top. Nice. Blocked from Giga. Some good aggression here early.
Trying to break the guard with a knee. Giga's fast though, isn't it? Sorry, Onama's fast.
He is.
One with a quick jab. Say jab, it was a left cross. contested the center octagon for now.
Got him.
They don't watch your boxing. Do you watch your boxing earlier, JK?
Nah.
It was actually a really good fight.
Eubanks.
Eubanks Jr. versus Conor Ben. It was insane. Like, atmosphere absolutely palpable in the arena. Everyone's standing as well.
That was at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as well.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Ooh, decent hit from Onama. Uppercut. Great shot selection.
Well, said he thought Ben won it.
Oh, really? It's, a lot of people are saying, like, maybe Eubanks edged it, but no way was it by those 4 rounds. Oosh. But, yeah, for me, I don't know. I think Eubanks would win it. And I got to take my hat off for Ben for, like, putting on a incredible performance still. Eubanks missed weight as well. Could say it was hardly fair, but man, great entertainment. Chikadze doesn't have much of an answer for these takedown scenarios.
No, Unama's got him down a lot earlier now, so I'm intrigued to see what he can do offensively.
So true. Onama is just making sure he's moving with Chikadze, who's constantly shuffling about the octagon. Onama is tightening that grip.
Yeah, I think
he's trying to find a way to the back.
I haven't got Giga down.
Giga is a stand-up threat, but on the ground, we've not really seen him amount to much. I think we said earlier about a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He doesn't so much really show it in real combat scenarios.
Yeah, I think Onama has got him pinned right against the cage here. It's going to be very difficult, I think, to get out of these positions. But
I think Onama is still trying to figure out what he's going to do with this.
Work.
I think Onama is still trying to figure out what he's going to do with this. And tell you the truth, he's done so well getting to this point. Yep, perfect. Next best move. Isolate the legs. He's got to take the back. Here we go. Here we go. He's got, oh, here he is. Oh. And he lost it. That would have been it. I think that was probably for Onama, is trying to get the fight there. His best bet again, a submission. He's going to try and move to a little hidden arm now. Could award his fight 1-1, to be honest.
Yeah, could be. He spent, I think, 2 minutes controlling on the ground here.
Nice.
Oh, look at the pass. That's what I think Onama needs, is a bit of a pass attempt on the ground.
Yeah.
And get off some strikes, because at the moment, a lot of it's been laying.
But Chikadze's not been able to get up, and Onama's not been able to get a submission, so really it's just been a bit of to and froing here, but survival at the most. Whoosh. Yep.
Let him back up. Oh, get straight back on him again. Oh.
Yo.
A little flurry towards the end, but wasn't much.
I wonder if the ref should have got involved there, though, on the stand-up. He let him up, and he goes to stand up, and he goes punching him on his way up. Like, that's what the ref gets involved for. Yeah. Keith Peterson was a little slow on that one.
Well says, Si, where's your scarf tonight? Did that old woman rob it back from you? Yeah, bro's out here robbing grannies.
Did she rob it back for me? She wished she could rob it back for me, geese. She wishes. Out of respect, I kind of laid it on her grave. That's right. Took a life for it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kidding.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm not on it in a day or two. It's around here somewhere.
I think
I'm sure we're making that
Onama took that round. It's 1-1.
Yeah, agreed.
To the third now.
Agreed.
Do you agree, Wells?
more confident on that one. Oosh. Now, what happens next? I think I put Giga knockout or Giga submission, or was it Giga knockout in this round? Did I say decision or knockout?
I definitely went decision, I think.
I might have done decision as well too. Oh, we're in.
Alright, that's it. Third and final round.
Apologies, guys.
Co-main event coming up right after this. Surely that's going to be an early finish. 2-0.
Yeah, you think so? I reckon the co-main's going to drag a bit.
Well, says just because you're a boxer don't mean you can rob old women for the scar.
No, actually, that's exactly what it means.
2-0 United goalie.
They can't do nothing about it. It's exactly what it means. If I wasn't a boxer, trust me, I wouldn't even be attempting it. These women, I don't know what they put in their bags, but some say bricks. Oh, nice head kick there from Giga. The guard is high. Onama, Giga's gonna have to go high, land low. But I think the goal is for Giga, if he lands to the body with those kicks enough times, that's when he can go high. There we go. Nice from Giga. A bit slow though.
Ooh,
hands are low. He needs to get his hands up.
Oh, and on the left hand for Onama, he's got some good there.
He's catching him. Some exchanges going on here. Giga's initiating it, but Onama's. I'm seeing the openings as well.
Good body shot from Giga.
Nice.
Chikadze.
I want to see a head kick again.
Oh, there's a kick.
Good, go to the body.
Kicks, but Onama just not giving him the space to operate with him. And that's the thing with Chikadze in recent fights. People have really forced him to use his hands more.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He's circling in the right direction as well, which I like. Axe kick. Stance switches.
Oof. Van right missed. Went with it again, missed.
Nice from Onama. Onama's kind of slowing down in later rounds, but Giga's really finding his stride. It's now a Giga who's controlling the center octagon, and the pace that Onama once had is completely faded. You notice that?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But Giga, I think now with Onama just standing off, Giga needs to punish the body with that kick again. Oh,
that's got to be a headbutt.
Attempt. Well, it looked like a headbutt. And Onama held his head there.
Yeah.
But he got the takedown.
It was a headbutt. Yeah, we all know how this goes, don't we? I completely forgot this happened in round 2 as well. So far, Giga's not been able to get up from a takedown. And I highly doubt he's going to be able to do it now.
No.
And he's fatigued and gassed.
Yeah, I think Wells might be right. Giga might need a finish in this.
Yep. I think he's certainly going to need a... He certainly needs to get up. At the very least. Finish or get back up to his feet. I could give him that round. This round. Based on how it started. But if it ends like this, I can't defend the guy. What Onama's really good at is when Giga shuffles, Onama just gets himself right back up there. Stays on him constantly. Keeps the distance between the bodies tight.
He does. You're right. Yeah, he's like glue.
Yeah.
This is all
if Giga wants to get up, he needs to be one step ahead.
Yep. Oh, Giga's created some space there, but
for a second, find your feet, find your feet. Go on.
Shrug him off.
Oh, don't go down to your knee. What?
He went back to guard. He didn't want to take up his back.
Yeah, but he could have just slipped him off.
I think, yeah. So Onama's game plan, try hopefully win on ground control time alone. Yeah, he's not. He's making, I think, some movements on the ground in this round. But yeah, I think you're right. Wasn't much offense from him in previous rounds.
No.
Welcome back, Paul.
Come on. 30 seconds left in this round.
That's
It's
it.
gone quick. But
Chikadze, create some space.
I don't even want to. I actually don't want to judge this round. I might just say Onama and be pleasantly surprised if it's not.
Oh, Giga. That's 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
A little too late. Yeah, Unana's probably won this one. This would be my second pick of the night wrong.
Yeah. Third, isn't it? Second pick on the main card. Because we got one before the main.
No, I got my pick match now.
I thought you said you got one wrong on the prelims.
I got one on the prelims, and then this would be my one on the main card. Yeah, because I went with Aliskerov, Randy Brown, and Abbas.
Although I went Randy Brown, you went decision, didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought you got that one wrong entirely. No, fair play. Fair play.
Darn it.
This could be my third one wrong on the night.
Well, says he's been on a win streak though. Yeah, man. Yeah, he's looked pretty good. Yeah. Pressure prevails in this one. He was able to get those takedowns. I think they were pretty key for him.
Yeah, when his pressure gave up, it was the takedowns. Wales go 3-0.
Yeah.
No, it's 2-3 for me. Sorry, that makes no sense. 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Let's see. Then I'll go get a cup of tea.
Yeah, official decision coming right up.
Giga was so good though. This was completely beneath.
I think he had a good
Giga's
first round.
Set. Yeah, but it should have been completely beneath Giga's skill set. Just the takedowns.
$29, $28.
Yeah.
Onama's got it.
Onama.
Yep. There it is. Okay. You put us into the rankings and I'll discuss what's next because David Onama's now going to have a ranking next to his name.
He is going to have a ranking next to his name. Let's have a look at that.
In the featherweight division, he's going to slot in there above his teammate Yusuf Zalal. Those two aren't going to fight. Gene Silva is still slaying people, so I think the UFC will give him a fighter above. Onama got a decision there. Question is will Onama be forced to defend his ranking? I think a fight against Dan Ige would make a lot of sense. Maybe Ige coming off of an excellent win against Sean Woodson, TKO as well late in round 3. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. Be a tough one, I think, to call personally. Ige against Onama, especially if it's the same Dan Ige who showed up against that Sean Woodson.
Oh man,
damn! Onama would probably have to force Ige into some wrestling scrambles in that. Yeah. As for Giga.
Where's he go next?
I don't know, man. I think he's going to get probably another... Yeah, he could very well slip out the rankings. But Calvin Kate is still in there, in the rankings. So maybe Giga might be saved if that's the case.
Calvin beat Giga.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying them pair them up. I'm saying Giga will stay in the rankings.
Right.
I know. I would take Giga out of the rankings and keep Calvin, in my opinion. But whether or not the UFC people in the rankings decide to do that is another question, really.
Talked about Zalal, didn't we? Yusuf Zalal.
Yeah. Would they pair up Yusuf Zalal and Giga now after that? I'm not sure. Yusuf Zalal's... He's coming off a decision, but he's got a longer win streak than Onama.
Onama comes into the division. Naturally, it should push Keita out, but instead, you're saying Giga goes out, Keita stays.
That's what it should be. Yeah, Calvin's got a win over Giga. It only makes sense, and Calvin's probably been more active. Oh, some Kansas City Royals baseball teammates in the house. Marab's in the house.
Yeah.
Ready to
always ready
against Sean.
Always ready.
O'Malley. Co-main event coming right up, but hang on, fine. I've lost my bearings.
Yeah, I think for Giga it's could be someone outside the rankings.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get
maybe Sean Woodson. Sean Woodson and Giga could be good. That was a fight Danny Gay recently had. Of course, he beat Sean.
Maybe both guys coming off a loss.
Wouldn't mind seeing that.
I'm gonna have a look. Nothing's coming up for me.
Elsewise, Bryce Mitchell maybe. He's also now out of the rankings as well. Any of those two, I think, could be relatively decent. Onama coming in, he's really got to prove himself. You said Danny gave for Onama, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Trying to get
or even Kevin Keita.
List of names. So I can. There we go. Bryce Mitchell coming off a loss, but I wouldn't really do that. Actually, do you know what? For Giga, I'll give him the winner of Sadiq Youssef against Marion Santos. That fight is going to happen in May 17th.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Tough test for a boy Sadiq Youssef against a young kid who's looked pretty good, pretty solid. I think, well, he's 15-1 as a pro, so I guess he deserves someone like a Sadiq.
I like Sadiq Youssef, to be fair, for Giga. I think that could be a good fight.
Yeah.
But also, Sean Woodson would be decent also.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean Woodson coming off a loss, though. I don't know if they'll do that.
Well, they both come off a loss, don't they? Both just outside the rankings, in my opinion. Just outside. But yeah, no, I like either of those options for him. I mean, they look quite good.
All right. Okay. Seems good. Get ready to break down this next match soon.
In the co-main. I'm going to need to get a cup of tea.
All right.
I'll quickly run and do it now.
Cool.
But
any questions in the chat? Well, welcome to Fire 'em Over. So we'll be breaking down the next fight very shortly. Below the most boring champ in the UFC, says Wales. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's going to be real hard for him to find some fans, in my opinion. That's probably something a lot of people can agree on. I'm intrigued about the Shevchenko versus Furo fight. I think it's going to look like a home crowd for Manon Furo fighting in Montreal. There'll be a lot of French folk in there. Benoit Saint-Denis, Joel Alvarez, man, that's one hell of a fight. I'm most looking forward to, probably. I think Jack Della Maddalena has got a bit of an underdog's chance in that fight against Bilal. Look, I'll be praying that he gets the win, but I can't see it happening, I'm afraid. Can't see it happening. Wales says, would love to see Jack spark him. Agreed, mate. Same. I'm all for that. I think, yeah, like I said, he's got to close distance against Bilal and stuff takedowns. And it's just, I obviously just can't, I'm not confident. He's got a rip to the body and he's got to at least dead him with one shot. I think it's very similar to maybe Usman versus Edwards, if anything. Me and some foxes shagging outside. Welcome on back, Dan. Who have you got for this next upcoming fight between Anthony Smith and Zhang? What's his face? He's been in the UFC for a minute and he's fighting a veteran in Anthony Smith. Zhang Mingyang. That's the one. I really remember that. I think Zhang Mingyang, I think the UFC are clearly trying to hype this guy up, Zhang Mingyang. They need some more Chinese stars to take over there and potentially do fights over in that sort of territory in that side of the world. So that's what I think they're trying to do. We're pairing him up against the veteran in Anthony Smith. Things with Anthony Smith, he can crumble quite easy in fights, and we've seen that time and time again against big heavy hitters. All right, Smith passed the test against Vitor Petrino, who was a young power puncher, but with Smith, you don't know which Anthony Smith's going to turn up. It's all about a mindset, I think, for him. But he's coming off back-to-back losses against Dominic Reyes and Roman Dolidze. All right, after that Petrino fight, you would have thought, okay, Smith could probably outdo Dolidze in this. It's an ideal scenario matchup for him, but fell short. Ooh, reload some pages. Stuff's dropping. Reload. Would love to see Jack Sparkham as well. Psychopal says Anthony Smith wins if he fights smart. Yeah, he does. If he can get takedowns, it's all in his hands, in my opinion. Anthony Smith's last fight, this Chinese dude ain't no joke though. Yeah. No, he's a wrecking ball, mate. Can he continue that rise though? I mean, if we look at the division now, I'm just gonna have a quick little glance. Anthony Smith at 15, so again, we could have 3 times in a row here where guys are going to be entering rankings. They're going to be busy come Tuesday when they get updated. And then sky's the limit for this guy. I guess they kind of need some fresh blood in the light heavyweight division as well. So that's one of the reasons why they've rushed him. And like I said, if Zhang can use power early, then he can make Smith wilt under the pressure, I think. Oh, Aaron Bronson had it 29-28 to Giga. Onama didn't do enough with his control to swing the round, in my opinion. I questioned it. I think in the first round it was different. The takedown was late and Giga was landing elbows from bottom, but the other takedowns in rounds 2 and 3 I don't think were significant enough. Welcome on in Abdul Ashfaq, who says Zhang by first round knockout, easiest bet of the night. Yeah, mate, I am on that as well too, brother. Yeah, good to have you back in the chats. Welcome on in. We're a UFC fan channel where fan opinions matter most. I want to hear how your picks have been for the rest of the night as well. Good to see you, and of course the main event that's coming up shortly after this as well. The American not going to let the Chinese end it like that, says Wales. Well, if Anthony Smith's got that mentality where someone's invading his home again, and maybe he can secure takedowns and grind out Zhang. Psycho Paul says Petrino was a wrecking ball until he fought Smith. Same scenario tonight. Wow. A lot of people going back and forth with this one. Could potentially be 50-50. Yeah, I'm all for it. Okay, what I'll do is I'll break down the Zhang Mingyang then. He's got 18 wins and 6 losses as a professional with 12 knockouts and 6 submissions. He's got 18 first round finishes. That's just mad. Like this guy, all of those finishes about in the first round. And that's the reason why he's got the jump. 3-0 in the UFC so far. Made his debut back in 2022 on an 11 fight win streak. So he's had a few losses though early on. His fighting style, orthodox fighter, fast hand speed, applies constant pressure to his opponents. He does his best work staying tight in the pocket and uncorking his overhand right and left hook. Devastating finisher with heavy power. He does have some submission skills too. Most of his submission wins are actually by rear naked choke. So, I guess the question coming into this is, you've got on the other hand Anthony Smith, who's a black belt. He's got some good jiu-jitsu in his game, but is it enough to submit Zhang? And cardio could be the ultimate question heading into this. I don't know who you guys would favour in the cardio aspect of things. But on the flip side, we've got Anthony Smith, who's got a professional record of 28 wins and 21 losses. Man, that's some record, that. With 20 knockouts and 15 submissions, 20 first-round finishes. He's currently 13-11 in the UFC. Made his debut in the UFC back in 2013, sorry. Beaten two former champions in Rashad Evans and Shogun Rua. He has lost his last two fights, like I mentioned earlier, against Raymond Delidze and Dominic Reyes. But he also has 6 performance of the night bonuses. He's an orthodox fighter. Black belt was in jiu-jitsu, very well-rounded fighter, and his diverse numbers of finishes is a tribute to that. He works very effortlessly off of his jab. He's constantly mixing up his strikes and his feints to keep his opponents guessing. He's always very good off his back. A lot of his submission wins are by triangle choke, and he's super effective with those long legs of his as well. They don't call him Lionheart for nothing. He's a true warrior, and he's got that gritty mentality as well. Who's making the walk now? Is it Anthony Smith? Here it is. Final walk. He looks a bit emotional. He's embracing it though. Looks like he's homing it all in. So it's a lot of pressure riding on him to get the job done. Whale says he's loving the adrenaline kit. Me too, man. Those scales or like tiger-like pattern is pretty decent. He gave his hat to that kid. Yeah, proper truly embracing it here. But as soon as that cage door closes, though, that's where he needs to go get it. Proper go get it. And look, if he makes it a boring fight and gets the win, can't be mad at him for it, you know?
All right.
Okay. As Lionheart
I'm back.
makes his slow walk to the octagon, what I'm expecting from Zhang Mingyang, I think he has the opportunity to make himself known with a win against a familiar name tonight. To ensure that, he'll need to be light on his feet and be the quicker fighter when moving in and out of range. He's got to find the right timing to explode forward with strikes. If he lands flush, then he has a huge chance of stopping the veteran. Smith has a lot of fight mileage under his belt, and he's shown in recent performances that he can kind of will under the pressure. So that's kind of where I'm at with Zhang Mingyang on that. Of course, you can be cautious that Smith might opt for takedowns, so he might be forced to kind of keep his cardio up in this fight, but we'll see. What can you expect from Anthony Smith then, who's making the walk, Mr. Brown?
From Anthony Smith, who's now emotional as he's at this final prep point, really soaking in every second of that that walk, and rightfully so. The last time I'm going to see himself here. Although I do recall him hanging up the gloves before. So yeah, like we said, as far as we know, like he's got the reach advantage in this fight. So I'm expecting him to kind of use his jab and teep kicks against Zhang, and he's going to use it just to kind of keep Zhang at bay, most likely. Now, his task will probably be to weather the storm and implement his game plan as the fight draws along, or just kind of forcing his way into the clinch scenarios. He's going to want to be quite wise with the way that he moves forwards, basically, or quite wise with how he kind of engages in these kind of close encounters with someone like Zhang. Look to land those sharper elbows when he's quite in those close encounters. But from there, look, I'd like to see him level change into takedowns. Zhang's grappling defense is yet to be tested in the UFC, so Smith will want to be the one to do that, in my opinion. So it's a perfect route to victory in my basically. But Yeah, this is going to be his last fight, so he's going to want to pull out all the stops and make sure he gets it done, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You know, I felt that's what Smith needs to kind of do. Make sure he just gets the W.
Yeah.
Wins a win at the end of the day. At least you retire on top. So
yeah.
Okay. Wales says, "Si, how's the tea? Yorkshire?
No, mint actually.
Ooh,
oh yeah,
interesting. That's good. 10 years older.
Just trying to sort out the audio sync on your part. So I've just been trying to. I went downstairs. I'm on TikTok watching you, and it's a bit of delay. So trying to marry.
Right, okay.
Here it is.
Here we go. Co-main event, and then we got the main event coming straight after. It's a long one. The best boxers weren't vegan, sorry mates, as well. He's rooting for Anthony Smith in this one as well. Yeah, I got Zhang Mingyang by first round stoppage.
The best boxers aren't vegan.
Bold one.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's mint tea. It's mint tea. It's not vegan.
Yeah, it's typical vegan drink though.
Are you suggesting that? Oh yeah, true, because there's milk in tea in it. For some reason, I just kind of think if you're vegan, you can't have meat, but there's more than that. No. This is you want to know the real reason why I got mint tea? I ran out of milk, so this is the only option I got. It's the only option. I did put a PG Tips tea bag in a cup. Found out there was no milk, chucked it out, got the mint tea out instead. Had to be done. Adaptable. That's what I am. Like all good boxers, they're adaptable. Cheers. Zog. One of the best. All right, I am hoping for a knockout, to be honest. I thought this was gonna
first round Zhang.
I thought this was gonna go to a disappointing decision. Time is in.
Here we go.
Yeah, my take was it's gonna go to a disappointing decision, but yeah, I welcome a knockout.
Zhang opens up with a kick to the body with the lead leg, and again. Attacking the body early.
Got some venom in those kicks as well. They're real fast. Oh, Andy Smith don't like him, but he decided on that next one he's just going to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's already not liking those kicks to the body.
Oh,
it's taking. It's sapped so much power out of his kicks already, out of his punches already.
Yeah, Zhang got to show that power early. He wants to get Smith back in.
Yeah. What, 3-4 kicks to the lead leg, and already Smith hasn't got the power to do this.
Oof! Wow, side kick there.
Here we go.
Isn't that more? Ooh, here we go.
I think Smith's gonna have to get this to the ground.
Smith clinched it up. Yeah, I think he can land some good strikes in the clinch. Good Smith. Elbows over the top. Where else is he's on the Typho tee?
Nice.
Typho tee.
On the front foot now.
Oof. Outside low kick from Zhang again.
Yeah. Smith needs to change stance. Watch out for those kicks.
Yeah, he's just going to absorb strikes, come forward and look to land the bigger one.
There's that elbow. Yeah, Smith needs to really take it real close.
Yeah.
He needs to get right in the pocket. He can't be at this range. His leg can't suffer it.
Yeah, he's had some wars, man.
Absolutely has done. What do you think about fighters like announcing their last fight and going into the last fight? There's always fear, I think.
It's just added pressure, isn't it?
And I always think it's fear. I always think that there's kind of one foot already out.
Smith is busted up.
Do you know what I mean? The fear is I don't want to get myself too badly damaged in my last fight, but this could be the case.
He needs to weather the storm, though. Zhang's coming forward and throwing a lot. early here.
He's only getting slower though. Smith is getting beaten bad.
Yeah, he is. Blood is affecting the vision of Smith here. He's landed a good right hand there. Oh, chopping elbows, Zhang.
Oh, here we go.
Immediately on the pressure.
Herzog might have to stop it.
Oh, there we go. Shoot. Takedown attempt from Smith. Zhang wise enough to it. Stuffs it. Back of the head, ref. That was a shot to the back. Is he telling someone to shush?
Who is?
Zhang?
What time are you on? You ahead of me?
I'm on 153, 52, 51.
Oh,
he went for he wanted to go for a kick there.
He did.
You could tell.
Yeah, he did.
I'll watch the spine. A warning there from Zhang again.
Dangerously close.
Oh, Smith's going for a single, but Zhang, just let him up.
Oh, doesn't have to.
On the back now is
1 minute 20.
Smith. He's just going to tee off. Zhang's going to tee off, but
wow.
Smith looking
to the back of the head again.
Oh, I'm not sure with those elbows. Yeah,
it's going to get stopped. Did you say round 1, JK?
I did say round 1.
Zhang.
Here we go.
That's
Come on,
gonna end.
Keep it going, Zhang.
Wow.
To the side, to the back, to the side of the head. That's it. That's a wrap. Jason Herzog's seen enough. Run 1 TKO for Zhang.
No, it's his last fight.
He moves on.
He didn't want it.
Rank number next to his
Didn't
name.
want him to go out on a stretcher, but he got absolutely torn apart in that one.
Oof.
Wow,
mate! As soon as he started bleeding,
heavily as well.
That was it.
That could have been. That could have been one too many. That could have been one fight too many.
Yeah, I believe so. You know, but this is what the UFC do. At the end of the day, they're gonna use you to build up a name. Zhang's now one to watch in this division. He's gonna get
Who's
a
he
big
pointing
fight
at?
next.
Who's he pointing at? Who's putting the finger up to?
He's swearing at someone. Who's Anthony Smith swearing at? He gets real emotional.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this, bro? This is your retirement fight. Don't let
look
that be.
Look at that fat guy in the audience.
This is the fat guy. What did he say?
Just like Peter Griffin in the audience is just like, bro, I don't even know what I said.
No, but at the end of the day, fans need to learn a lesson.
Yo.
You know?
That's funny.
See,
he picks out the fat guy in the audience and says, you, bro, you.
You, get in here.
He's like, you stand there like,
now.
what did I do? That's so funny.
I'm dripping with blood and I'll still beat the piss out of you.
Andy Smith's the type of guy.
And let that be my retirement
He's like,
fight.
you in the audience, you're taking everything I worked for.
Fair play.
You're taking food out my family's mouths. He's like, bro, what?
Well, so Smith would still kick the shit out of Jake Paul. Oh, man, here we go. Yeah, no, like I was saying at the start of the stream, I don't think that Andy Smith should go on and continue competing elsewhere. I know he could very well go get a bag, but that you got UFC broadcast job on the horizon, which you've been doing for quite some time now. Stick to the desk stuff, man. Smith's game plan: avoid dying. Just succeeded, says Psycho Paul. Yeah, no, I agree there. That was a blood bath, man.
A lot of blood. That last blow was to
grim.
the back of the head as well.
Yeah, some of those were a bit questionable, whether they were the back of the head. But either way,
man,
it's still going to be a round 1 finish for Zhang.
I kind of think that could have been one fight too far as well, though.
And then we're on to the main event. Yeah, so looking at rankings-wise for...
Let me get it up.
Zhang, who should probably sit down there at 15. Above him, you've got Alonzo Menafield, who's going to be fighting Umar Sy. Bogdan Gaskorov is due a fight. I want him to fight up in the rankings. Um, Asmat Mirzakhanov is going to be fighting Johnny Walker. If you're the UFC, you would do. That's another stoppage for Zhang, right? Oh, go away. That's another stoppage for Zhang. So, thank you, sir. Give him Nikita Krylov. Krylov's aggressive. Okay, he's coming for a loss against Dominic Reyes, but
straight into 10. He just beat 15.
Yeah, man, straight.
He's just beat 15. You're gonna send him right into 10.
100%. He's finishing dudes in the first round. He's on a streak. UFC are gonna want to fast track people like that, getting some new blood up there.
He is a dangerous man.
So, yeah, and you beat a veteran like Anthony Smith. You got to fight someone like a Krylov. You got to fight someone like a Volkan Oezdemir, perhaps. One of those names. I'm hoping it's not Dominic Reyes, because Dominic Reyes, I think, should, be fighting up.
Oh, he's got Asmat.
Johnny Walker is fighting Asmat Mirzakhanov.
Yeah, okay, I guess you're right. Then that would be Bogdan Guskov.
But yeah, a loser maybe is an option. A loser of that fight. As that fight is happening. It's 316 in June, so who knows?
Yeah, that Roundtree Hill fight's taken a long time to come to fruition as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's going to headline the UFC Baku fight card.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be June 21st.
Yeah.
Some good fights, and one announced during the week was Rafael Fiziev against Ignacio Bahamondes. There you go. Longest active UFC knockout streaks. Zhang Mingyang with 3. Tied with Tom Aspinall. Carlos Prates is on 4. I missed the other one.
Profile like that, you kind of gotta send him. You gotta send him up. I'd love to see him against Khalil Roundtree. He's also kind of pegged for being quite a lethal knockout artist as well.
Khalil Roundtree's gonna TKO Jamal Hill. It's gonna happen.
Loser with that fight should get this guy, in my personal opinion.
No, loser with that fight is getting Dominic Reyes. I want Dominic Reyes back up there, mate. The journey, the story. 3 or 4 knockout losses in a row and climbs all the way back to the rankings. No one's ever done that before. That's what I say in the last Aftermath show. So I feel that Dominic Reyes should get Jamal Hill when he loses to Khalil Roundtree Jr.
Yeah, I mean, his performance against Nikita Krylov was actually pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I would love to see more from him, yeah. But
Abdul Ashfaq wants to do Reyes versus Yuri too. I don't know if Yuri wants that, but look, I'm all for that. Gets Reyes back in there. Okay, going to look at the leaderboard after that. I've moved up a spot.
Yeah, I've kind of peaked, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to get much higher than that because I picked that one wrong as well. So I think I'm going to be going on to the main event. Best I can hope for, maybe 3rd position, pole position. That's what I want. I just want a pole position. I beat Ash though, haven't I? Where's Ash?
Did Ash even do his picks? Mate, I've not even seen Ash in this leaderboard at all tonight. Oh no, he is. He's down in joint 8th. No, he's above you now.
Ash is not beating me. No way.
Yeah, bro.
Man, how did he manage that? I was 3rd like a couple picks ago. Literally just 2 picks ago. Man.
A lot can happen. I'm not really listening to Anthony Smith's speech at the moment.
Probably happy with that then, yeah. In terms of what's next for Anthony Smith, look, he's out. There's nothing more. We're not going to see anything for him. But for Zhang, chuck him right up there with Nikita Krylov, somewhere in the top 10. Or even Oezdemir at number 9. Yeah, look, push the action. The guy's got some credentials next to his name. Longest knockout streak in the UFC. And look at this guy, Anthony Smith is only kind of he's laughing and smiling about his retirement. Yeah, look, maybe he should, but also I'll be a little bit disappointed about kind of having that kind of performance on my way out too. In all honesty,
Oh, they got a highlight video for him. Oh no, Jelly Roll's just.
Was that the guy he was putting his middle finger up to a second ago?
No. It looks so similar to that. They got a nice little tribute to Anthony Smith. Oh, I like that. I like they've done that.
I guess that's one of the benefits of announcing your retirement, isn't it? They can got time to tee one of these things up. Molly probably could have had one of these as well if she had let people know in some advance.
Yeah, no, true that. Yeah, but I like that the UFC are doing this.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on the scene for a minute.
Emotional. Yeah.
Dean Thomas.
Oh yeah, you're a bit ahead of me.
Yeah, you got to refresh yours. I think I'm like 4 seconds. Or 3.
Yeah. The UFC swiftly move on just like that. Oh no, sorry, I'm not live. What the fuck?
What's your favorite moment?
It's weird. It just gave me the prelim.
Favorite moment of Anthony Smith?
Oh man,
when he's punching Johnny Walker and he says, "You're taking everything I work for."
Maybe. I think his fight with Ryan Spann was pretty good. That was dominating with rear naked choke in 2021. Gustafson's submission was a big fight for him, I think, especially coming off of the title fight loss against John Jones. I thought he fought Jones pretty well in that fight.
He's a fought.
Defeating a legend in Rashad Evans was decent. Rashad was on his way out anyway.
Do you reckon that was an illegal knee? Do you reckon that they could have shown this if he didn't get knocked out in the first round?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I feel like that's what I was going to say actually before they started showing the clip. I feel like it's almost an insult to play it.
They do that.
It's basically the UFC and the broadcast team going, well, we've got a bit of time to kill here now, guys. Let's give you your highlight reel. Whereas if it would just gone to a decision, it'd be like, yeah, see you later, Anthony. Thanks for a good career. On to the next one. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Anthony knew what was going on. He was like, don't worry. I'm going to get myself out there in the first round so I can get a little bit of a tribute.
We were saying, how about Wrexham Football Club back to back promotion? Yeah, mate, that's some feat to get that. But now they're off to the big races now in the Championship. It'll be interesting to see how well they do in their next season. I don't think
that Ryan Reynolds
can get another promotion. Yeah, I think they obviously I have high hopes that they'll eventually get to the Premier League, but it's not going to be that easy. I think it would take them. Depends what they do, really. Transfer window, how their first season settles into the Championship. It might be a little bit of time. We'll see. Tucker Paul says, Prates hype train ends tonight. Gary's all-round ability is levels above. Yeah, man, that's what's so intriguing about this fight, man. I do think that Machado Garry's got a little bit more tools in his toolbox than Prates. I think Prates has to finish him.
I wonder what because the fighting nerds have profound fighter IQ when it comes to like preparing their fighters for each fight. So I do wonder what kind of strategy Prates is going to come out with for this one.
Yeah.
I think that's also key to consider when looking at this one.
Yeah. So I've gone Ian Machado Garry decision, isn't it?
He's half milking it, isn't he?
It's pretty. Yeah, it's Ian Machado Garry to win via decision or a Carlos Prates knockout. Is it either two outcomes of this fight, in my opinion? Jamal Hill in attendance. Giving him some credit.
Oh, yeah.
Guide, man.
Did you just see Jamal Hill just now? He might be ahead of me now.
Yeah. Tucker says Anthony Smith milking his farewell now. Yeah, literally doing the same walk he did literally 10 minutes ago.
Milked his entrance, milked his farewell.
Yeah. No, props to him, man. He's a warrior. Either finish or get finished kind of mentality with that guy.
He's a lion heart.
And could have taken the belt from John Jones and could have taken that DQ win. But decided not to, but fair play to him.
Yeah.
Abdul, he's put on the time in though, fair place as well. Yeah, man. Agreed. Abdul Ashfaq says maybe Ian might want to take it to the ground. That might be Ian's game plan. He had that game plan versus MVP. Yeah, let's get into the breakdown of that.
Yeah, because there's a few ways he can do it. Yeah. All right, let's get a fight out.
For Carlos Prates, then. Do you know what? Did I even change the round? I didn't even change the round scorecard. That fight was so quick.
We can do it now for Carlos Prates.
There we go. Yeah, Carlos Prates then 21 wins and 6 losses with 16 knockouts and 3 submissions, 9 first round finishes. He's 4-0 in the UFC since making his debut in 2024, and he's currently on an 11-fight win streak. Southpaw fighter, upright Muay Thai style. Tall and wiry for the division, similar body type to like a Neil Magny, who he recently, last time had a win against. He usually brings a patient approach with a low guard, looking to sneak those hands up towards target on the counter. He'll throw his calf kicks with very little wind up. It's reminiscent of Alex Pereira. He's got some well-timed knees to the body in the open stance, and he's capable of masking them very well in order to land them.
Yeah. Now let's look at some Ian Machado Garry. Pro record of 15 wins, 1 loss. 7 KOs, 1 submission, and 4 first round finishes as well. Now his UFC stats are 8 wins, and that 1 loss was also here. That was his last fight up against Shavkat, if you guys remember it. Now his debut was back in 2021, and he's never been KO'd or submitted. That loss came via decision. His fighting style, orthodox, black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's tall, narrow stance, he kind of dictates the center of the octagon and presses forwards with volume, mastering the range, keeps everything tight by throwing a lot of straight shots down the pipe, and kind of mixes up with the body shots as well. And that's what makes him really problematic, that particular jab of his anyway. But he throws a lot of front kicks to the body, and he pushes the kicks to the lead leg as well. A bit like Conor McGregor in a sense. Like he's excellent at committing to those strikes and just pulling away from those counters as well. And he's sneaky when he's masking his left or high kick as well too. So it's dangerous. But with such an efficient striker, he's got this really great cadence to his striking. Still room for him to pour it on later in the fight and later in rounds. But he's just got a really good way of just selecting his shots and becoming a particular problem in a stand-up for his opponents too. But yeah, that's Machado Garry. Only lost 1 time, and he's up against Prates, who's never lost before. So, in UFC. So it's it's going to be fireworks. And you're right to say at the front end of the night, your potential fight tonight, it would be this one. It's sometimes, when I'm watching these cards, it's easy to say, yeah, my fight night on the card is this and so on, but this one is genuinely the fight of the night, and it's at the very top, so I'm excited for it. Yeah, man, and it's going to take a lot to get Ian Machado Garry out of there. I think he's quite durable, and his chin holds up pretty well in these fights. I think he got rocked against Song Kanon fights a couple of years ago now, and bounced back in good fashion. So yeah, that was the last time we saw him kind of in real danger in a fight. That Shavkat one was very competitive though. He went out on a shield on that one. Yeah.
What I'm expecting from Carlos Prates, I think he needs to get in Ian Machado Garry's face early. Don't let him strike from distance. You want to keep him on the back foot and target the body from the open stance. Can he use his reach advantage to disrupt Machado Garry's striking rhythm is a bit of a question coming into this fight. His takedown defense held up against Neil Magny. The broadcast felt that he looked uncomfortable in the clinch against Magny, but he was able to kind of create separation and continue to plan his striking offense, and he'll need to spend little time working out of those positions if he wants to kind of win rounds, in my opinion, and kind of put his strikes together, I feel. Otherwise, Ian's just going to, as I say, clinch up and force him to the ground if possible. So, yeah.
Yeah. But also, I looked at that fight against Magny, and I thought, how have you not finished him? You know?
Oh, you're on about Ian Machado Garry. Yeah.
The way he was piecing him up, I was thinking, how have you not got him out of there?
Coming into this fight, Prates finished Magny, Ian Machado Garry didn't, but Machado Garry should have done, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was he playing with his food, or just could he not do it? That's I think I'll look at that. Look, about Garry though, we've seen the way Machado Garry deals with exceptional strikers. I do think he brings a similar game plan to the MVP fight. Prates has shown little ground ability since moving to the UFC, so if Machado can work his takedown from the clinch, then he's probably going to go ahead and do that. Now, he does need to use his front kick to push Prates back when he gets close. Then he's going to want to attack the legs as well immediately and look to circle away from danger. Then Thomas talked about the lack of lateral movement to create angles for his strikes, so I'm expecting more movement from him this time out.
Yeah, that was in the Shavkat fight quite early on, and I think it was mentioned sort of in round 3, when he was already down some rounds to Shavkat. I can't remember what the exact scorecards were, but from what I recall from that fight, he looked pretty decent in round 5.
Yeah.
Which tells you that you're going to give the durability factor to Ian in this without a doubt, right?
I would, the way he even handled Shavkat Magomedov, I would like him for it. I mean, I've always known Ian Garry to be a bit of a tough one, but then that doesn't take away from Prates either, because Prates. The difference is Prates has finished his opponents. He hasn't gone to decisions. He hasn't gone for as many wars. He's been able to be gifted enough to get the fight out there early on. Someone like Machado Garry, like we've seen him go through those wars.
Yeah, that's what I was sort of saying at the start of the show, really. I think, this could be a fight that we find out what Prates looks like in those later rounds. And I feel that Machado Garry, coming off of that loss against Shavkat, you kind of know that he's going to take that on board and really learn and develop from it. But what a fight to have back, a rising phenom in Carlos Prates, to perhaps get yourself back on a win column. I don't think there's any excuses if Machado Garry is able to shut him down in this. I think it would show that he could very well put himself into title contention eventually. Whether it be a rematch against Shavkat, if Shavkat's got the belt, or if Shavkat's injured, he's had his injury problems as well, then Garry could very well leapfrog him and take those opportunities from him, but who knows?
I was going to say, we've seen it before. We've seen someone who lost to a rising challenger leapfrog them because of inactivity for whatever reason, injury or whatever. So it's sooner rather than later we could see Ian Machado Garry back up there, and if it's quick enough and timely enough, he could even be in that seat and awaiting a rematch with Magomedov when the time comes. So
I feel like this fight didn't come together too long ago, because originally for this card it was going to be Jamal Hill headlining against Khalil Roundtree. That's why Jamal Hill's there now, and I think that fight got pushed back due to someone's injury, and then they made this fight. So look, and that's another thing for Machado Garry's. He, when called upon, he can show up and put a performance on, you know, because he did that against Shavkat as well.
Yeah.
Without full camp, so yeah. Get some chats then. Wales says Carlos Prates is sponsored by Marlboro Lights. Fags. Make it happen. Garry talking a lot since the cuck allegations. Garry knows he's dangerous with the striking. He's going to drag it out to a decision. Is he going to be the weak link, the fighter nerds? Oh, big question from Wales. Yeah. I don't know, man, because I felt like Prates was one of the strongest links.
I thought, yeah, I mean, after last year fight. And the performance he put on there, you would say he was the most active, knockouts constantly.
Yeah. I think Carbaralio's taken a bit of a slower approach, really, hasn't he? But I would say that he's probably one of the strongest. Which is crazy, and I think it's just purely because we mostly saw him in grappling scenarios in the UFC, but his boxing's coming on really well. Yeah, this is a dangerous fight for both men.
I think so.
For both,
I think so. Yeah, the likes of Prates, the likes of Ian Garry, both absolute prospects coming through the ranks. The last year, I didn't see this fight happening so soon. To be fair.
No. In our ones to watch, Ash and I mentioned Prates, and then we posted it out on socials in the week, and then I think we asked what fight we wanted to see him in, and Ash chose Ian Garry prior to this fight being made. I think this was at a time where we'd already seen Ian Machado Garry versus Shavkat, because that fight was in December, and we recorded that video back in December. Yeah, but
didn't think it would come this soon.
No, I didn't think it was going to come this soon, and plus, I'm not super confident in Prates getting the win.
No,
you know, I just think stylistically, as an all-round fighter, Ian's just got it all, you know, and that's why I've gone for Ian Machado Garry by decision. But if Prates gets the win, then look, I'm going to celebrate like mad, because I would prefer it if Prates won.
Really?
But I'm just not confident in it.
Yeah. I think the division looks quite exciting. Either man wins. You know, Ian Machado Garry wins and gets up there.
Yeah, but I guess for Ian, because he's had that loss in Shavkat, whereas if Prates continues, if Prates finishes him, he continues that rise, right? And he's still going to be this phenom, but he's going to possess a lot of question marks still, you know? Because then you're looking at the top end of the division, you're like, right, you got Shavkat Ramonov, Bilal Muhammad, Jack Della Maddalena, Sean Brady now. You're like, ooh, most of those fights, stylistically, are not great fights for Prates, you know?
No.
So
except from JDM. JDM's a good
similar
fight
for
that's
yeah. Stylistically, JDM's the better suited matchup.
In an ideal world,
I think but then at the same time, I guess
Bilal Muhammad and then Prates to get that fight against JDM.
Yeah.
He wins this one.
Yeah. Agreed. But then I guess in a lot of ways, it's probably the same for Ian Machado Garry. When you look at that division,
I don't like his. I mean, Leon Edwards might be next. I think if he wins this.
I like that fight,
but otherwise, Brady, I think he's gonna have problems against Brady and Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah, I think
I mean these little wrestling style fire hydrant, you know, grapplers are gonna be a doorstop for most of these talented strikers coming through, I think.
Yeah, Abdullah saying maybe do winner versus Leon Edwards. Yeah, I think that's a good one. It's a better matchup for the fans, striker versus striker type scenario. With Ian Machado Garry, probably got a lot more grappling edge to him. Wales saying got Ian by decision, especially if he gets out of the first 2 rounds. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Abdullah says, and Buckley versus Usman will be another title eliminator kind of bout. Yeah, I forgot about that. We've not mentioned that so far in tonight's show. That did get announced, and I think Usman's been wanting to get back in the octagon for quite some time now.
The last 18
Buckley's
years,
on this rise, and he's looking dangerous. I know. Buckley's looking dangerous, and to be fair, Buckley, if you put these 3 fighters together who have kind of been making rises, Ian Machado Garry, Carlos Prates, and Joaquin Buckley, I put Buckley ahead of all of them in terms of just start. Yeah, just because he's got that power advantage.
He does.
He's very physical. He looks good for the division.
Doesn't
I
have
think
the
he
fight
can
IQ.
take away takedowns.
Yeah. Really though, that's strong.
Maybe Gary's got some better fight IQ.
It used to be lightweight, didn't it? But you know, like the favorite division, like the most dangerous division. But I think really it's got to be welterweight. If you look at the most.
No, welterweight's coming into its own. I don't think it's completely there yet. For me, it's bantamweight, lightweight, and then welterweight.
In terms of the most dangerous stacked killers in the division.
Yeah.
You think bantamweight?
Oh yeah, bantamweight's still got it.
I don't know, man. My opinion. I'm picking welterweight. I mean, you got Shavkat here. You've got Sean Brady here. I'm pretty sure you got more win streaks in the top end of the welterweight division than you do have in the bantamweight division. You do have more win streaks. At least fighters with like majority out of the last 5 fights. I'm
not so sure about that. You got
Prates.
Sean
Buckley.
Brady's on. Well, you got Bilal on 6. Sean Brady
Even
on
Usman
3. Shavkat on 19.
Losses,
Leon Edwards was 0. Usman was 0. Jack Della Maddalena was 17.
There's a few, but I'm on about also like in your last 5. If you look at your last,
I guess a lot of the people in the top end of bantamweight.
So
coming off of
Ian
losses.
Garry would be like 1 in his last 5. And that's what I'm talking about in terms of like, that still counts as an incredible feat.
Okay, so overall talent-wise, though, I think it's all well-roundedness. Bantamweight's up there. Abdullah says, I think this would be a perfect scenario to do a UFC welterweight tournament. Well, how about that? Usman wrestles him to a decision to Wales. A lot of respect in there between Garry and Prates. Both just want to war. Yeah. Abdullah says,
so do we.
But UFC won't ever do tournaments. No, they won't. About Google, well. Hello, About Google. Welcome.
Hey.
Hit that like button.
Right time as well. We were just getting into it. Fights just started.
5-rounder. Hopefully, Wales says Psycho Paul. That's it. Sync us up, folks. Hit that like button if you don't done so already. We're a UFC fan channel where fan opinions matter most, and there's a lot to talk about for this fight. I personally gone for Ian Machado Garry for decision. I wouldn't be mad if Carlos Prates gets the win, though. I think I'd probably be more excited for it. But let's see what happens.
Yeah. We've just been talking about how stacked the top end of this division was, and how either of these fighters who do win, it's not going to be an easy ride getting to gold. I also have gone with Ian Machado Garry in this fight. I think I put decision also. Most likely did. I have to check it. But if you guys don't know what we're talking about, we have a Fight Picks app. Details in the description below, but you'll find out all the details to join the league and compete with us week in and week out on your picks. It's fun. Do it. You should definitely do it.
Yeah, Gary's opened up with some kicks to the body. Of course, we've got Orthodox versus Southpaw here.
Yep.
Maybe we're going to get a quite slower approach from Prates. He's probably going to try and get his timing down, his counters down when Ian engages first. Wales says he's got Garry decision as well.
Ooh. Nice head kick there from Garry.
Using those kicks
defended
early
but
from Ian.
I think it was cemented pretty hard. Oh, nice. Kind of caught him there.
Ooh,
moving out.
Was the left hand landed?
I think it did.
From Prates?
Oh, no, I think from Garry, the right hand landed.
All right. Went high, did Garry that time, but blocked by Prates. Both with being light on that lead leg.
Yeah, feinting it, throwing out there, making sure that that's being noted as a danger. Yeah, I think Prates is using it as quite an offensive tool, as a defensive tool, sorry, just to kind of warn Garry about the dangers that await him if he was to enter.
Yep, there's a teep kick, there's a level change from Garry, but stuffed from Prates, and we go again. So 1-0 for Prates in terms of defending grappling scenarios.
Definitely.
Here.
And Garry just needed to learn what that felt like. He might try it again a bit later on, but otherwise he does two things. He gets a feel for it, but also for Prates, he's now got an eye out for it. Puts him on notice. Oof. 5 rounds here. Some intensity from Garry.
Yeah, it's a long time.
He tends to go to 4-5 of them. Prates is fighting at a better pace for 5.
He is. For sure. Trying to fight that lead hand. Big swing and a miss from Prates. The left hand.
Yeah. Oh. Another sequence from Garry.
Garry trying to sneak that high kick in there, but Prates is not having any of it. Shoot attempt from Garry.
He's able to throw it straight after he jabs, isn't he? He throws a jab and he immediately brings that right foot up to Prates' head. Bit after it, like a 1-2 combination. Impeccable speed from Garry. The hand fight now for the other hand. Orthodox versus Southpaw. In these kind of matchups, often it's those who have the outer leg that's able to cement the most power.
Oh, TV went off.
Said, look, mate, you've had enough.
No, I got the fights on the other monitor, but for some reason, with chats on, this one's gone dead.
Oh, nice. Read that one.
There we go.
43 seconds left here in the first.
Yeah. I think Prates has found it a bit hard to land anything flush on Garry thus far. I think it's been all Ian Machado Garry in terms of output and offense.
Yeah, Prates had to offer some up as well. But I might have to look at the striking numbers and see who's actually landed more significantly. 10 seconds left. Will we capitalize?
Drops
Beautiful. Garry looking to steal this
round.
Fine
moments like this, it's going to, cement Garry this round.
That's what it needed to be.
Here we go. Well, I said it might be 1-0 Prates.
The way that ended.
That was before we saw that part. So I can put Ian Garry's striking accuracy is superb. Walking him down, controlling the centers as well. He's talking about for Prates. I'm personally going to score it for
Garry.
Yeah,
agreed. I feel like just like the judges, a lot of us are just waiting for an excuse for someone to make it obvious for us, and I think Garry just gave us what we needed.
Yeah, I think that moment might have been
absolutely pivotal,
significant enough. But Wales going 1-0 to the Siggy Smoker.
It was also a slip, wasn't it?
It might be a slip, yeah.
Yeah.
There was some ground strikes there from Garry that wasn't too bad. Oh, he's got Damien Meyer in his corner.
So Prates smokes, does he?
Yeah, man.
Smoker.
We're going to see if that smoking helps in later rounds.
Fine. Yeah, it's going to affect him with a 5. Yeah, he's not done a 5 round before, has he? First one.
No, what were we seeing?
Here we go.
Can Prates pull some out of the bag now on round 2 to make this competitive? He probably can. Yeah, Abdullah reckons that was Ian's round as well. Okay, it's a score of rounds with us, guys, as we go along.
Yeah, let's see. Nice. Ian Garry reading when Prates is kicking now. So that's one of the cool things about this chess match that these boys are playing. It's the ability to telegraph now when and how that person strikes. So you can see in your attacks just before. And look, as Prates is trying to throw the kicks, Garry's landing those hands. It's like he's got that
Yeah.
read from the last round. Single leg.
There's a level change. Got a single
Snatched it
leg.
back.
And Prates shakes it off again.
Yeah.
But Gary is looking pretty good on the feet, you know.
Respect.
Trying to mix it up. Sucker Paul says 50 cigarette bonus for Prates if fight of the night.
I mean, it would be a
Big
performance of the night if he
swooping
managed to go to
man,
full 5 rounds.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite a performance for a heavy cigarette smoker. Like the feet. Gotta give it to him. Oh,
coming together. Right hand there from Gary may have connected. He's using the stomps that lead leg. He uses them quite a lot. That combined with his teep kicks, great range finders.
yeah, agreed.
Slip there from Prates. Nicely done.
Yeah.
An outside low kick from Prates that time.
I like Machado Garry to go a bit more to the body. Nice.
Nearly snuck that left high kick in.
Yeah.
Sorry, right high kick.
I think you read that one. Saw how
Yeah.
Prates slips to those strikes and he threw that kick. Defended, but I see.
So you were saying the expectations. When Gary gets past that black line, that's when he's throwing teeps or, you know, to the legs and to the body to get that range back.
Yeah.
But now, coming together and Prates initiating the clinch against the cage. What can he do from it? He's just going to peel away and reset. But Gary regaining momentum in the center here. Pushing Prates back.
Oh, that's a heavy low kick.
And using the low kicks, yeah.
Body kick.
Went to the body that time.
Next is going for the head.
Yeah.
Prates is great at just throwing off of those. His takedown attempts are just great. At his defense is on point.
Good step and elbow there from Gary. That was nicely done.
Yep. We're already on round 2. Prates showing some obvious signs of being in a war, but Gary's yet to wear any scrapes.
Yeah, but Gary's movement is also good as well.
So
you know?
good. He's not really getting caught or touched.
No. Single leg attempt, which Prates is going to shrug off again.
Done.
Yeah, I think the threat of the takedown, even though Gary's not executing, it's still playing in the back of Prates' mind. You know, that it's there.
Yeah.
It might help disrupt the rhythm. Weak takedown, said Wales. Now they're locked up against the cage. Yeah. Good inside low kick
he found him
that time.
He found him. He's been
Very
spamming that
good
sequence
shot.
for a minute, and he finally found him. Ian Gary with a beautiful shot selection, going low, going high.
Literally report all these people that just keep
The way he's putting those leg kicks into the striking is beautiful. It's almost like it's an extension to his hands. 1, 2, throws that leg up there, almost in. Wow.
Oof, spinning wheel kick.
Fancy, but
That's the
took the last one.
end of round 2.
Yeah.
Ian's round for me.
What's that ref's name? I want to say Maserati.
Dan Mergliato
That's
at the
it,
moment, is
yeah,
it?
Dan Magomedov. Yeah, he was quite pleased by that lower spin kick. He thought that was cool. Walked away.
Wales reckons it's 1-1. I got 2-0 to Ian Machado Garry,
2-0.
which is not great if you're a Carlos Prates fan.
Mm-hmm. If you're a fighting nerd.
I think Prates has finished folk in the
Look at it as well. He
third
looks
round.
gassed. Ian Gary's just.
He's got that cardio edge, man.
Does.
Oh, no, he's only finished people in. Prates did finish someone outside of the organisation in the third round, but some time ago. Ian gets out of second round. He's going to win by decisions as well. Yep, I feel that way all day. All day. I think it's Ian's fight to lose now, in my opinion. I know it's third round, but Prates really needs to make this competitive.
Yeah, you've seen the gas tank on Prates. He's already showing signs of fatigue.
Oh, good body kick, though. He opens up with. Yeah, maybe he is trying to reserve his energy a little bit, holding back, but
if this is in reserve his energy,
constant movement from Garry.
Scared to see what he's going to look like when he turns it up.
Yeah. Oh my days, these fucking people just won't stop.
I think it's often a sign of success when you got spamming bots coming into your DMs. It's like, of course you're here. There's nowhere better place. There's nowhere better to be. Oh, wow.
I'm trying to report these folk.
Garry certainly turning it up here in the third.
Yeah, Psycho Ball says Garry nullifying Prates is striking so far.
Oosh.
Yeah. And man, it's all those kicks. Ooh, good jab that time from Prates. Better.
Yeah.
Just get on the inside and punish that body.
Prates is coming forward now. Single leg again?
Yep. And stuffed nicely by Prates. He's really getting the back leg of Garry in those exchanges to nullify it.
Making him just quickly.
Only impressive thing from Prates so far.
Gets in, grabs it, then he has to just bail on it.
Body kick from Ian. I feel like Ian's got more power than
more
Prates
output
on
and cadence as well.
Kicks.
To striking.
It's got more meat on the bone.
Wow.
Oof, big high kick that time from Prates.
I've done on a few occasions and Gary's missed, has like dodged each and every one of them. But I wonder what's like when he lands. Wow.
Oh, big uppercut from Ian.
Broke the guard of Prates. Prates smiling in acknowledgement though. He realizes where he's at. Wow. Nice from Garry once again. Great shot selection.
Turning it up.
Prates shaking off as though he's waiting for Garry to gas out, but I'm confident Prates doesn't have much more after this round. Don't know why he's... Oh, finally gets the takedown.
Big level change. Big takedown from Ian.
Just a matter of time.
2 minutes left. This is a big moment in this
also
fight.
One that he's been working quite hard for as well since it started.
Yeah. This just saps on Prates' gas tank even more.
Mm-hmm.
And Ian's comfortably won this round. On the feet.
Yeah.
And with the takedown now as he looks to try and secure the back.
Got a minute 40 left here in the third.
This is where the Siggy's come into place as well. Yeah. He's back to his feet now though. He nearly gave up his back. Prates is looking to break that grip on the hand. He's going to spin out. Gets Gary's back towards the cage. Minute and 15 to work left in this round.
Where is that time going, JK? It's just flying past. Oof. What's the route to victory for someone like Prates now then? What's he realizing? Oof.
You know, I think you need to punish the legs more.
Yeah.
Because Gary's movement and distance management is what's winning him this fight, and his entries, know when to enter the range.
Oosh.
There we go. Significant strike numbers. Oh my days.
Wow. Were they real?
And there we go.
Are they real strike numbers?
Down attempt.
Yeah, Gary's just running away with this. I could give this an easy 3-0. What did your score sheet say there? Gary for 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary
for
again.
3.
Yeah. It's Gary for 3 in my opinion.
I like it. He looks fine still, like in terms of his cardio. And look, he's not really wearing much damage.
Yeah. I feel like this was always going to be the case. For Ian. He's just, like I said, distance management, knowing when the right entries are in the pocket, the ability to mix in takedowns if they're there. Okay, he was successful in that last round. Yes, he wasn't successful in rounds 1 and 2, but he still had that idea in Prates' mind that he can level change.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful uppercut, good onslaught really to win the striking exchanges.
Yeah, and look at that
Wells reckons
absolute pivotal takedown. I say pivotal, but he didn't really need it to win the round. But it's just quite great to see that he persevered for it and he finally got it.
Wells got 2-1 Gary.
Here we go, we're in. I got 3-0 Gary.
Yeah. Here we go. Prates is on the front foot early. Low kick attempt, but look, he's throwing low kicks in a typical sort of Muay Thai fashion, really, where you're in range throwing the low kicks, whereas Gary is just outside of range throwing them. But when you throw them in range, you know, you're going to be susceptible to the counter 1-2 combinations. That's what we saw right there.
It's all comes down to distance management at the end of the day, or your ability to do so.
Bro, we got your work cut out for you first day on the job, Wales, with the mods. I've been trying to report them on my end.
It's still going, are they?
Yeah, man. Gary has good footwork too, Wales. Yeah, no, that is actually a big part of it as well. You know, he's just not letting Prates settle.
No.
To get off his combinations is kind of what we expected.
I like the cadence of his striking as well. It's just, yeah. If Prates can't be offensive, then it's all Ian Gary just cruising home.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, great. Oh, that was good timing with the level change. Execution was a little bit unlucky. Yeah, just like whenever Prates is coming forward and he pushes him past that black line, that's when Ian's just using those teep kicks to back Prates up. And when he's on the front foot, that's when he's looking for high kicks. And put his combinations together.
So what do you think
he gets him down off the single leg briefly?
What do you think he's trying with these takedowns? Is it get in the back and then submit, or is it really just ground and pound?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, like, he's clearly been doing some work
First time I'm seeing it now.
On his jiu-jitsu.
First time I'm seeing anything remotely close to a submission attempt down.
Your cam feed's gone down.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you'll see.
Why has that happened?
And another takedown for body lock this time from Gary. Yeah, I think that with the jiu-jitsu game he's been working on, well, it just makes sense for him to utilize it against someone like Prates, who we've not really seen much grappling from him.
Oh, damn. That was battery.
Prates gets the first loss of the Fighting Nerds? Question marks. Wales very much could be that factor. Could happen tonight. So we've got a bit of time left. Gary went high then with a high kick and blocked. Oh, there's those T kicks in the inside. They're punishing the knees, they do. Looping right hand from Garry. Backs Prates up. Prates needs to go for broke, I think, coming into the final stretch of this fight. Wild swing from Garry. Oh, good jab there from Prates. Oh, but Garry replies one of his own. Low kicks from Garry. The way he's able to use his outstretched hands to mask them is really, really well. Oh, what happened there? I missed it. Oof, big kick miss from Prates. Level change from Garry. Stuffed from Prates that time. Good stiff jab from Garry as Prates comes forward. Backs Garry up towards the cage. Well. But Garry circling away the movement. And it's the story of this fight.
Oh, look at that.
As expected.
Beautiful.
Oh,
although he's wearing more damage.
From Prates that time. Good stiff jab.
Success from Prates at the moment.
Oof. Takedown attempt off with a body kick.
Oh, wow. Got caught there.
Oh, Prates letting hands fly now.
Yeah, Prates is finally... Wow, Prates is finally getting some
big
success
high
here.
kick attempt, but Prates needs to head him off, keep that pressure going. But big takedown attempt from Garry. Gets him down briefly, but it was good for Garry. He used it to get himself off the cage. Prates looks to plant him back there with not long left of the round. Garry dances around the outside. That horn go off earlier. Their timer was out.
What was I saying? No,
their timer. I wasn't about their timer. Yeah,
I missed it.
Heard the bell, and there's about 6 seconds left of the round.
I missed it.
Weird. Oh. Don't know if anyone else clocked that. Psychoball says Garry not had to get out the first gear tonight. Really, Prates has no plan B. 3-1 the Cucks as well. Oh, I think that was another Garry round. I think Prates showed some good aggression in that round, but I don't think it was enough.
He literally did. I think Prates looked probably the best he had. It took a bit of blood, didn't it? It took a little bit of blood from Garry for Prates to realize that he bleeds and that he hurts, that he's getting some success, and it just kind of brought a little bit more out of him. Which is great because after the third round, no one really thought we could see anything more from him. But now here we are, staring down a barrel of 5.
He's amping the crowd up, but look, he needs to go for broke now. It's time to get after it.
Here we go. It's got to be a knockout for Prates.
Oh, mate. If he does this now...
If he does a Leon Edwards.
Insane. Oh.
Imagine. Got a southpaw orthodox setup.
Maybe this fight should have been in the Apex. It would favour Prates with a smaller cage.
Oh, yeah, get that little headshot dead.
Yeah, Sucker Paul makes a good point. Both given us what we all wanted tonight. Respect to both.
Yeah. Oh,
absolute high kick attempt from Prates. Just missed, I think.
Oh, Ian Garry ducked into
good
that.
knee time.
That was
knee
really
to
well
the body
timed.
there.
Ian nearly ducked into it.
Takedown attempt. Shrugged from Prates. Prates needs to go. Come on.
Gary's funny. Bilal Muhammad said, "Told you Gary's IQ was going to win this." He's not won yet, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't.
He's not won yet, but it would be hilarious for.
Prates still looks good though in his fifth round.
I like Garry for most of the round so far, but Prates looked real dangerous there. He could have got a knockout.
Yeah, I think despite the age difference, I felt that Garry was ahead of him in terms of development as an MMA fighter. Don't get me wrong, like Prates had that finishing instinct, but
Gary's got that shot selective, instinctive striking, which is just a tribute to his IQ.
Oh, and look, it's it from Prates, nearly miles.
Like that one there, even.
I hate to
Going for the takedown and finishing with a left hook up top.
Yeah, no, you're right. Garry does have a chin.
Nice. Backing up.
Prates still coming forward.
Still wanting for more. Nice. Oh, great. Done it again. Corkscrew jab right there.
Knee body.
Oh!
Wow. Garry caught him with the right hand as he was peeling away.
I think he got one. Yeah, he received one and he just threw a right hand that just chucked his jaw to the cage. Beautiful.
From Garry.
Uppercuts here. Garry here pushing him against the cage. Garry can effectively just wind the clock here and secure the win. Got a single leg. Oh, wise to get his head out of there though.
Psychopol reckons not a bad take, to be fair. Prates stock possibly risen tonight, even if he loses, given everything. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe in a lot of people's eyes, people felt that Prates wouldn't have as much gas in the tank at this moment in the fifth round.
Wow,
possibility. Oh wow, the way he shrugged off the takedown was
ended
nice.
Up on top.
These kind of scenarios where we saw solid takedown defense from Prates, I think is what's really shone in his performance tonight. But he's got to do a lot to get Garry out there. Ooh, some big shots. Go on, get him back. Take him back.
My!
He's got him hurt. Has he got him hurt? I don't know.
He's got him real hurt.
Garry in survival.
Oh, he let him up. He let him up.
I think he should have taken the back.
Absolutely should have.
Desperation
takedown
this last round from Garry.
Granted, but a little too late.
This is like almost complete opposite of the Shafkat Ian Garry fight. Ian Garry came strong in that last round. Oh, hammer fist now from Prates.
Yeah,
I think Garry's going to survive.
He's got 20 seconds. Yeah, Prates has to get him out of it. This is wild.
I don't know if he's got the...
I kind of want my other camera on for knockout reaction. Do you know what I mean?
I think Prates should have went for a submission.
Yeah, Garry's running now just to get that decision.
He's running. That's it. That's a wrap.
Wow. Too little, too late.
Props to Prates for that fifth round attempt, but... Damn. Yeah, that's how I score it. I've got first 4 rounds to Ian.
Damn it! Look at that.
Prates that fifth round.
Look at that. That was a a lot of respect.
It was a war,
absolute
man.
War. I think the fans were a huge winner in that one because we all got what we wanted.
We always knew it was going to be that.
Today's been a great day for fights. I mean, Wales, you already know, bro. You saw the Chris Eubanks Conor Benn fight. That was just an absolute war from start to stop, and then of course we had something like this as well. Like, I don't know what happened, but today, the universe chucked the best medal at us. That's so good. Big fan.
Yeah, I mean, Wales saying Prates takes the first Fight Nerds loss. I mean, well, technically, didn't they have someone else on their Fight Nerds team? A chick, I can't remember who it was now, who got the loss. But the thing is, man, how many of the Fight Nerds are going to do well in the top 5 of their divisions? Carbajalio's in at number 6 at the minute middleweight. Is he somebody who can beat a Robert Whittaker or an Israel Adesanya, Hamzat Chimaev, Sean Strickland? Okay, maybe he has the better chance out of the Fighter Nerds at doing well in this division. But then when you compare it to like Gene Silva at featherweight, is he really someone who's going to have a lot of success against Mosfar Evelev or, I mean, maybe Yair Rodriguez?
Someone asked a bit earlier, who do you think the weakest link is in the fighting nerds, and I would have thought it would have been, out of all of them, Carvalho. Just because, yes, he's been getting the wins he's been getting, and he's been doing it at high levels as well. I just, from day dot, I've always said he's a bit of a tryhard. You look at these other fighters and then fighting nerds, they just get things done quicker and just succinct. You know, knockouts, submissions. They look so slick doing it. Kai Brahado probably got the most decisions, hasn't he? So yeah, I would have thought he would have been the first one to get lost. But
yeah,
I did also pick Garry in this fight too. So I kind of also knew that when this one got put on the table, it wasn't great for Prates.
I forgot about Rufi as well. Rufi's in the list. Abdullah says, I think Rufi will struggle in the top 10 and lightweight. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, these guys have been making waves, finishing people outside of the rankings and maybe
change inside
between 10 and 15. But yeah, as soon as you get into that top 10, it's going to get a little bit more dicier. Yeah, same with Gene Silva. I like Rufi a lot. I'm really got my eyes open for him. But then, you know, when you got strong grapplers in there as well, Renato Moicano at 10, it's going to get difficult for him. Of course, Paddy Pimblett, who's on the rise, Dan Hooker, might be a good winnable fight for him. Someone with a bit of mileage under his belt, but more of a striker. And then, yeah, top 5 is just murder's row.
Yeah.
Difficult, man. I need to see more of him.
Let's get the rankings up, shall we?
Yeah. So Ian Machado Garry keeps his ranking in at number 7 there. The fact he's at 7 is crazy. It's going to take some time probably to heal up. You'd imagine the Leon Edwards fight is next for him, right?
Yeah.
Bit of story there as well. London, what we're saying. I mean, they can't book anything for July, so it'd have to be towards the end of the year. We've not really had a UFC London card in, you know, between September or January, have we?
Say again, sorry?
You know, we've not really had like a UFC London like between August and January or anywhere like that.
No, they don't like the winter, do they? It's got to be summer. It's got to be something hot or incoming, yeah, like spring, summer, where the March or something. I can't see it being that side of the calendar. Look, Leon Edwards and
if not
Machado Garry should absolutely happen.
Yeah,
does it have to be in London? That probably doesn't have to be. But I'll be so sick for London.
Right.
And there's
yeah,
it's most likely it's going to be on some kind of pay-per-view event though. Do you reckon they'll headline it? They'll headline it themselves, or they'll be on a pay-per-view?
Oh yeah, I mean that's a fight night headliner without a doubt. I think if you make it a pay-per-view event, it'd probably be third on the main card.
Yeah.
If you're not doing, you know, 2 title fights, so
yeah, right.
Yeah,
fight
either that or you're looking at Jack Della Maddalena if he loses to Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah,
there's been an option, you know,
and that's
another striking affair. But look, I think it's the same outcome.
Yeah.
Really.
I would love to see it.
It's the same outcome.
I'd love to see it. JDM and Ian Garry, I think I've been calling for that for a while, not knowing as to when is the right time for that to happen, but certainly been calling for it, thinking it should. And then you got the likes of yeah, you got some killers really rising up towards the top here. But that's if the loss happens, and I guess we'll find out soon enough, won't we?
Yeah. As for Carlos Prates, then look, he was ranked at number 13 heading into this, and it was going to be a big jump. Do Prates versus MVP.
I knew he was going to say
Why
that.
not? Why
it's
not?
either that or Vicente
Look,
Luque.
Michael Venom Page coming off of a win in a different weight class against the Pirate, which was pretty impressive. Whether he deserves to fight someone up in the rankings is up to someone's debate. But look, they're both down there. Why not?
Yeah.
That could headline a fight.
Yeah, look, I think for MVP, what else has he got to strive for? You know, is he on another? Is he on another streak? Is he going to go for gold once again?
unless the UFC are giving him someone like a Jeff Neal, but I'm sure Jeff Neal's literally just pulled out of a fight. Like, the guy's not fought in forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually scheduled to fight for Carlos Prates. That's right. Neal withdrew from the fight for unknown reasons, and the bout was scrapped. So
I could even run that back. Jeff Neal and Prates. Not mad about that.
Maybe they could do that. As Prates is, someone who's a bit of a favourite here.
And look, I think I was saying at the front end of the stream as well, like, the stock on this guy is incredibly good. I mean, he's part of the fighting nerds, and he's been unstoppable knockouts all of last year. So it was incredible. And of course, with a performance like that, I don't think it's going anywhere still. So yeah, my chances are, I don't think it's gonna be a terrible idea for him to fight up. I'll take that fight against Jeff Neal.
Well, says he definitely should be the backup, so he's calling for the backup fight for. To be honest, I think Sean Brady probably should be the backup fighter for Bilal Muhammad and thingy.
I think it's Ian Garry, right?
Shavkat is if Shavkat's injured and he's not 100%, then don't put him in the backup. In which case, Sean Brady should be the backup.
Bilal Muhammad, JDM.
Get that rematch in, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wales says SIGs are bad for you. Carlos learned that tonight in a 5-rounder.
To be fair, though, his
don't want to take anything away from Gary.
5 rounds. That was. I wouldn't have pinned his cardio. Would have been a problem. Not so much. In fact, he got more animated in the later rounds. Like he saw a bit of blood from me and Gary, and he went like a shark.
Wales saying Brady already lost to Bilal. Give him Ian. I guess that there is that element of it towards the UFC. Fans have already seen that fight. Why would you make that as a headliner for the belt? I get that. But yeah, it depends on options. Really. That fight is literally just around the corner. How much healthy is Ian going to be once he's gone through medicals and all that post-fight? Because it was a 5-round war after all. If he did starch Prates early on, then 100%. But I think Sean Brady might be the fresher fighter, and I think a better option as well. I think Brady, like Ian Machado Garry, when he lost to Shavkat, learned a lot after that Bilal Muhammad loss. And I think he comes into that fight a different fighter, and we see a different fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Abdullah agrees. Prates' cardio was actually good. I think people counted all that out. Sean Brady deserves it, he says.
Yeah.
To be honest, Ian is boring fighter, wins, but is boring. Yeah, he gets what he done. We need to get done, really, I guess.
Ian Garry? I was pretty entertained.
I think that's what he's about.
I mean, look, he's not been knocking people out, stopping them. I mean, the Neil Magny, for example.
He's a point fighter at best, isn't he?
He's a point fighter. He's got great IQ and his good shot selection as well. But yeah, I want to see putting people to. You can't get more exciting than someone like Prates who goes out there 5 times last year and knocks out 5 people last year. Like that's exciting. In comparison, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
It was my fight of the night, without a doubt.
Yep.
Yeah. I think performance of the night, I'd probably give someone like a...
I say 5 times last year, 4 times, perhaps. Sorry. 4 knockouts, 4 fights.
Yeah. Randy Brown will probably get a bonus after that win.
That was a good fight.
Nicolas
I was enthralled through that one, to be fair. He got downed in the second and he downed Dolby in the third. Great performance. Fight of the night for me would have to rest of that main event. Gave me the full 5, and for all of it, I was just properly entertained, and I was on the edge of my seat towards the end as well.
Well, says EastEnders is more exciting than Ian Garry's fight.
Go watch EastEnders then.
Oh dear, yeah. Oh, anyhow, next up on the card,
stay up this late in the morning or early in the morning for me, polluting my ear holes with soap operas. I gotta tell you though, it's EastEnders is more exciting than Ian Garry.
Have you got the next event card there?
Yeah,
oh yeah, it's showing up. So next week it's going to be a fight night. Corey Sandhagen versus Davison Figueiredo. Jeremy Stevens is back in the UFC. He's going to be taking on Mason Jones, who makes his return to the UFC. Got Montel Jackson against Daniel Marcos. Santiago Ponzinibbio back in the house against Daniel Rodriguez. And everyone's eyes is going to be on the co-main event as Reinier Derrida, UFC's new boy, will be taking on Bo Nickel, the wrestling phenom that is Bo Nickel. So there's going to be a lot of people intrigued to find out if Bo Nickel can withstand the threat from Derrida. Then the next pay-per-view, as we were mentioning earlier, Jose Aldo versus Eamon Zahabi, Benoit Saint-Denis versus Joel Alvarez. Super pumped for. That's probably one of the fights I'm most looking forward to, along with Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva. Natalia Silva's in my ones to watch for the year, so a win against Grasso, and she's knocking on the door for a title fight, which will be contested that night between Valentina Shevchenko. She defends the belt against Manon Fiorot. And then, of course, Belal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena.
Yeah, lots to come. Make sure you guys are there as well. We don't just do this for ourselves. We do it for you. We do this because it's all about watching together and not watching alone. That's what's coming up next. And that will be from next week onwards. So make sure you're there. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Put in your comments down below what you think was your fight of the night. And also your knockout of the night. We'll love to read them, have a look at them. And also follow us on socials too, so we can keep the conversation going throughout the week. But that's all for now, man. I need to hit the hay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hit the hay, guys. Abdullah saying the guy who KO'd Cameron Simon definitely should deserve a bonus. Agreed on that. Will says Phil Mitchell would put up a better fight than Prates. All right, awesome stuff, guys. Ciao for now. Get some good rest, and we'll see you next week. Keep that bell rung.